Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and this is going to be, of course, for the monthly movie preview. Once again, we are now in October. It is officially, we're far into Oscar season and things like that. It's pretty crazy. A lot of stuff to talk about going on this month, of course. A lot of great movies coming out for sure. But of course, I do have two guests here with me once again, and my first guest here, once again, guys, I don't know why he keeps showing up. He's been in nearly every movie preview this year. He's basically my co-host at this point. I might as well just make him a regular, even though I shouldn't because he's annoying as hell. But here he is, FilmFan059, for the 15th millionth time in a row. Here he is, FilmFan0599.
All right, now, hello everybody.
Wow, that was an awful bat. What the fuck was that?
It's a FilmFan0599 here again. I'm back for yet another movie preview because Kevin's not telling you the truth. He actually has me held at gunpoint. He says you must join for every movie preview or I will kill you and your family. Now.
Oh, yes, definitely. But also here, thankfully, you don't only have to deal with him. Once again, he's not here alone. This next person I have, I've him on for a long time. I've been trying to get him on for a long time now. He's been scheduled to be in a bunch of things, but it just has never worked out. But finally, we have him here. Here he is, Cameron Wade.
Hi, guys. I'm glad to be making my debut here on Kevin's channel alongside FilmFan. I'm very excited to be talking about a few films and to talk through some awful films that look completely dreadful. I'm going to have a good time dissecting some of these films. I just want to say once again, thank you for letting me be on this show.
Of course, man. Always. Very, very happy to get more people on. But either way, we're just going to get right into it. So like I said, October's a pretty crowded month. There's a lot of stuff coming out for sure. Probably the most Netflix movies we're talking about, definitely. There's a lot of Netflix movies that we're talking about this month, actually, which we'll get into. But the first film we have is a very small movie that I'm sure none of you have heard of. It's a movie that, it's very small. It's an indie film and things like that. It's been in many film festivals and all that kind of stuff. But in all seriousness, it's easily the biggest film of the entire month. And that, of course, is Joker.
It's so awful, isn't it?
For my whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do. And people are starting to notice.
All right, so Joker overall, I am so pumped for this film. I mean, the second that I heard that there was going to be a Joker film, I was sort of on board, but then once they got Joaquin Phoenix casted, pretty much locked in, and especially after releasing that teaser a year ago, which, believe it or not, that was actually a year ago when they first showed him as the Joker. I've pretty much been on board since then. I think this is going to be such an incredible film that is not about, and I think has been false. I think people have been looking into it too much. It's not about getting us to sympathize with the Joker. It's about getting us to empathize with him and understanding where his head was at and things like that, and seeing how someone could become that nihilistic, how they could become that remorseless and things like that. And I think that's the thing this film is going to do very well. Joaquin Phoenix, he's one of the best working today. He, I think, is going to absolutely kill it here. Also got Robert De Niro, Zazie Beetz, Francis Carr. I mean, so many just talented actors in this film. There's just so much to look forward to here. I think there's so many places that they can take this one for sure. I really have no idea where they're going to go. So this is a different take on the Joker character. They're not following the comics and things like that, which I love. I love that they're basically doing whatever the hell they want with this, and I'm very excited to see how that plays out. It being in the 80s, I mean, there's just so much that I am excited for with this film. I think it has so much potential, and I really hope it just ends up living up to the hype, because I think this is going to be something truly amazing. But Cameron, what do you want to say about this film?
When it was first announced, I was very skeptical because I didn't like the fact that DC were branching out and doing things outside of the DCEU, even though at the time I wasn't. And then when I heard that Joaquin Phoenix was cast, I was very excited because, like you said, he's one of the best actors working today. he's one of my favorites. At first, I was still skeptical because Todd Phillips, as we know, is not the most acclaimed director, and I didn't know if he could bring that seriousness to the screen. But after seeing the reviews, the trailers, and everything about the hype surrounding this film, not only am I on board, but I think it's going to crop up in my top 20, maybe even top 10 of the year. There are things that I'm still skeptical about, but these things seem to not be the same issues I had a year ago. They seem to be more. I don't know. I don't want to get into spoilers because unfortunately, but yeah, overall, I'm still sorry. Overall, I'm still very
dying.
I know I'm choking on popcorn. No, overall, I'm still really excited for Joker.
All right. Well, I'm very much looking forward to this movie. Like the both of you, I was very skeptical when I first heard the fact that they were making a Joker origin story movie. I was like, why is this really needed? Honestly, like, the Joker's just a character that really doesn't need his origin told and whatever. But then I heard Joaquin Phoenix was cast as the Joker. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like, I'm kind of more excited for this. Then they started showing, like, screenshots and trailers for this movie. I'm like, oh, God, this actually looks really fantastic. Like, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And like, I just like how dark this movie is going to be, because I remember I've had many conversations with friends and stuff like that this movie has to be rated R, because it's like the Joker is just that diabolical of a character that you just can't make it PG-13, and I'm glad that they're going in that direction, because you can't.
Yeah, it's not like Venom last year where they like pussied out and made it PG-13.
It's like you can't sugarcoat something. No, in this case, like, you really couldn't make it PG-13. Like, you really couldn't. Like, Venom was able to sway away with that. With the Joker, you really couldn't. Honestly, with the Joker, you just can't at all. And I'm really glad that they are going with that. And just from the way this movie looks, it just seems so grim and just seems so hopeless. Like, I'm excited to see how it's all executed. I hope it lives up to the hype that it has been receiving as of late. So I'm excited for it. I think it looks great. Joaquin Phoenix seems like he's going to kill it as the Joker, giving us yet another great, unique take on this character, and I'm really excited. I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah, just one more thing I was going to add. Obviously, I mean, I haven't seen the film yet. Like that, just everything I'm hearing from like film festivals, all that kind of stuff, the Oscar buzz. If there's any comic book film, which it's going to be hard to obviously to defeat Endgame as like the best one of the year, because I've seen that so many times. If there's any film I think is going to come close to it, it's this film. I think there's so much that it can do. I think there are things that it's going to do that most comic book movies don't. It's going to be far more adult. It's going to be far more grounded in that way. It's going to be a very realistic look at someone like Arthur Fleck, who can just go completely insane and things like that. And just ultimately all of these things make up what is probably going to be one of the best films of the year. But either way, guys, you are excited for Joker, which I'm sure there are many of you. We're not going to talk about all the controversy bullshit and things like that, because it's really dumb. It's really fucking dumb, just to sum it up. But it is, of course, coming out on October 4th. Really hope it lives up to the hype, and just endlessly awaiting for Thursday. I cannot wait for this one. So obviously that comes out on October 4th. Also coming out on October 4th is a film that I was looking forward to, and now I've kind of not as much looking forward to it, but Cam here is going to introduce it.
Yeah, so the film that I'm presenting is Lucy in the Sky.
You keep your eye on this one. She'll show you how it's done.
I'm so proud of you.
Love you to the moon and back.
You know Michael Collins?
Of course, Apollo 11. I flew the command module for Neil and Buzz.
So you know that after he dropped them, he circled the moon for hours. Inside the module, he wrote, "I am now truly alone, and absolutely alone from any known life. I am it."
What?
Amen.
This film is a Noah Hawley film, and that really spiked my interest because Fargo is one of my favorite. It's one of my all-time favorite shows. The first two seasons, I think, are literal masterpieces that are up there with Twin Peaks as my favorite seasons of television. So when I heard he was doing a film that not only starred Natalie Portman, who I think is, yeah, she's popular, but I think she's underrated, but also Jon Hamm, who, as we know, Jon Hamm is the man. He's amazing. I was really interested, and I saw the trailer, and I was like, okay, this looks fun. I still don't really know what it's about, and I like the aspect ratio changes. Like, that really interested me. But then after hearing the majorly negative reception it got at TIFF, I believe, I don't want to rely on other people's opinions too much, but my opinions,
your gut is telling you.
Yeah, but my hype kind of decreased because a lot of critics that I respect just said that it was terrible or awful. I can't really talk about what the film is about because, to be honest, I have no idea. I know it's about space, and obviously because it's named after one of the best songs of all time, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. So for this one, I really hope that it's one of the biggest surprises for me of the year, just like It Chapter 2 was. It Chapter 2 was obviously a film not a lot of many people liked, but I loved. Yeah. I hope this is another film that I love because I think that there is a lot of talent behind it. And I think Noah can write some really good writing when he wants to. And I hope it's not wasted here. What do you think, Kevin?
For me, with Lucy in the Sky, this is a film that I was very much hyped for initially. Just hearing Noah Hawley directing a film, you know, I think he's one of the great talents out there right now between Fargo, Legion. I mean, he is always operating at the highest level. So hearing he has a film coming out, obviously I'm hyped for it. Then you look at the cast. I mean, Natalie Portman, Dan Stevens, Jon Hamm, Zazie Beetz, just insane talent overall. Ellen Burstyn as well. I mean, just so many talented actors in this film. So I really was thinking this was going to be something great. I love the whole PTSD aspect and things like that, and really seeing her trying to get over that, you know, get over her PTSD of her still being in space. And I still am really looking forward to it, to be honest with you. I still am very much looking forward to this film. I saw the trailer before Judy yesterday, and I'm still very much excited for it. Like, they still market it as a really interesting film. It just is unfortunate that those reviews, they're pretty much trash. I mean, the film's sitting at, like, I think a 20% right now, which is really bad, to say the least. So, yeah, I still am excited, for sure. I still am looking forward to it. It's just... I hope this is not another Goldfinch. I really don't. I was hyped out of my mind for that film, and it came out, and it was just an absolute disaster. And I hope that's not the case with Lucy in the Sky. Natalie Portman is a great actress. I hope that this is not a Vox Lux. I hope that this is more of an Annihilation and not a Vox Lux where she's like the worst thing about it. But either way, I think...
Hot take.
Yeah, that is a hot take for sure. I think this could potentially be something really great, and I hope that it does surprise me. I hope this is a film that I am in a minority with, but I guess we'll just have to see. I'm still excited, but definitely with reservations now.
You know, I always like these type of films. I like, you know, films that have to deal with space and whatever, and you know, and this seemed very interesting because, you know, like you said, you know, she's trying to get over PTSD of over, you know, being in space and all that, and it definitely looked great from the trailers. The reviews do have me a little bit skeptical. I wouldn't say they're deterring my hype at all, but I do go into it like, I hope it's not nearly as bad as most people are playing it out to be. So, I am still looking forward to it. I still do think it looks really, really great. I'm still hoping it is as good as the movie as the trailers are playing it out to be, but the reviews do have me a little bit skeptical.
Yeah, so Lucy in the Sky, if you are looking forward to it, it does come out on October 4th. Going to be going wide on October 25th. Really hoping it's something great, and still very much excited for it. But now we get to another film, which, speaking of films that have been at TIFF and things like that, this film has been getting tons of acclaim and all that kind of stuff. And finally, we have a good film for once that that Film Fan here is going to introduce.
Hello, everyone. All right, and that movie is Pain and Glory.
Not Paths of Glory.
Would you shut up? I didn't interrupt you for your introduction, motherfucker! All right,
literally, every time I hear that title, I think of the Stanley Kubrick film.
I ought to hit you with the steel trailer across the fucking face. Anyways.
¿Qué haces aquí? Tengo que hablar contigo. 32 años me ha costado reconciliarme con esta película.
Si no escribes ni ruedas, ¿qué vas a hacer?
Vivir, supongo. Ten cuidado conmigo, ¿eh?
Tú eres muy novelero.
Estoy con Salvador Mayo.
Now, this movie, it looks fine to me. I didn't really get much with the trailer. I just wasn't feeling anything watching the trailer. Antonio Banderas is a great actor. I really love a lot of his work that I've seen him in, and he is a talented actor. And but I just really wasn't into the trailer really, and I'm really not that interested in this movie. To be honest with you, it has gotten some really great reviews. I know, especially when you see in the trailers, like all the, critical wording and stuff, like that. It definitely does seem like, a lot of people like this movie. So maybe it could be something good. Maybe just the trailer just doesn't show it well. We've definitely have had situations like that before. But overall, I would say I'm not really that interested in it, other than maybe just to see if Antonio Banderas will give a great performance, because he is a great actor. So yeah, that's really all I've got to say.
I am with you that, yeah, it was definitely a pretty weak trailer for sure. I think that definitely it didn't really market the movie all that well, but that's the case with a lot of foreign trailers, I notice. Unless you're Roma, most foreign trailers, they just don't do a good job of marketing the film all that well. And I think that's the case with this one. There's definitely a lot that I am still excited for here. I think Antonio Banderas, I mean, he looks fantastic. I've heard tons of acclaim. People are saying he gives one of the best performances of the year, and I'm very much looking forward to that. And the plot itself is very interesting, with you having this director and him trying to, remember his life and things like that, and all the pressure he's facing and all that kind of stuff. I think there's a lot that you can really get into there. Penelope Cruz is also in this as well, who I think is a very underrated actress for sure. I really loved her in American Crime Story last year, so I think she's going to do some really great work as well. Overall, I think this could be a really great film. And yeah, no, the trailer was not all that great, but it's also a foreign film, so I wasn't really expecting that much from it initially, because of the fact that, like I said, trailers for foreign films are usually pretty weak. I think the movie itself is going to be really great. I'm still very much looking forward to it, and I hope it lives up to the hype.
I'm in the same boat as both of you. I do think that the trailer was weak, and I think I know why. I think, as you said, Kevin, a lot of foreign films seem to go down this path where the trailer looks weak, kind of. And I think that's because, obviously, if you watch a trailer for an American film and then you watch one for a foreign film, they're very different styles, because they're very different films.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, so I think that not everyone markets the same as American people, and I'll get on that later on, because there's another film I wanna mention that with. But to be honest, I don't know too much about Pain and Glory. I know it's about an actor or a director. I know it's one of the best films of the year according to the most respected critics out there.
Yeah.
My cinema have only just stopped playing it. I'm really annoyed because they're not bringing it back, and I really would like to see it on the big screen. So it looks like I'm going to have to wait till it comes out and buy it. But there's not much really that I can add, rather than weak trailer, but it's still going to be great in my opinion. Yeah, there's nothing else I can add.
All right, so Pain and Glory overall, if you are excited for it, it does come out on October 4th. Really hoping it's something good, and hoping it's a lot better than the trailer, which gave us basically nothing. So yeah, that's our thoughts on that one. Now, the next film we're talking about, of course, I have to introduce this fantastic film that totally looks just so Oscar-worthy and things like that, and that, of course, is The Current War.
My boys and I caught in a jar what before now has only flashed across the night sky.
The future is here.
Hello, I'm George Westinghouse.
Nikola Tesla.
I will be the greatest provider of electrical power in the world. Better than Edison. There's a contest between you.
This is a battle for the brightest minds of America. Today, the impossible becomes possible. And the man that controls that current controls the future. I hope you brought your checkbooks.
Of course, I get stuck with the really fucking boring trailers. This, to me, I mean, look, the current war, this is a film that was supposed to come out, like, back in 2017, and then the whole Harvey Weinstein thing happened, and they had to delay it because of that, and it's been, you know, buried since then. This happened with Polaroid. It's happening with this film, and I can very much see why. This looks incredibly boring. I am not feeling this at all. I love Benedict Cumberbatch. I love Tom Holland, but ooh, this looks really dull, and I am not really feeling this movie at all. I hope it surprises me. I hope this is one that's just, it's a really boring trailer, but I saw the trailer for this before the Goldfinch, and I almost fell asleep. I really did. It was a very, very boring trailer. It really didn't offer me much of anything that interesting. Like I said, it's got a really great cast behind it, but and not feeling it at all. That this looks pretty fucking dull. But Cam,
see, I'm very mixed bag on this one because I thought the trailer wasn't boring. I thought it was quite exciting. It was very fast paced and it looked really well shot. But it kind of hit me halfway through this film, where I thought to myself, the tone of this film, it doesn't suit what I'm looking at. Like
yeah.
It seems like a really boring period piece, you know, quite like The Imitation Game. Like,
yeah, but they're trying to make it like exciting and shit.
But they're trying to make it look like a spy film, like a James Bond film. I'm sure the performances will be good. I'm sure it's going to have interesting cinematography, and I'm sure it'll sound good. If the whole film is about electricity and all this, I'm sure it'll look stunning. But at the same time, I think this looks like a film that's trying so hard to be cool that it's going to fucking fail.
Yeah.
That's my take. What about you, film fan?
I think I like the trailer. I think it looks pretty good, but I wouldn't say I'm hyped out of my mind for it. I'm gonna be for real. I kind of forgot about this until Kevin brought it up that we were mentioning it in the movie preview. But I did like the trailer when I saw it way back when it was first released. So I do think it looks pretty interesting, and all, you know, it has a great cast behind it. Like I said, you know, I will admit, kind of like Cameron, I thought the tone was a little bit. It doesn't suit well with. Yeah. It does seem off, but you know, who knows? I hope it's good. You know, like I said, it's got a talented cast behind it, and it does seem pretty interesting. So I do hope it's a good movie.
It's so good, I forgot about it. That's going to be his review. But either way, The Current War, if you're looking forward to it, it does come out on October 4th. Hoping it's not the slog that I think it's going to be, but not feeling this one, really. But the next one we're talking about is another A24 film that I personally am really excited for, and Cam here's going to introduce it.
Get to the boat. Don't run!
You alright? You left me. I waited, but no one showed. Don't go accusing me.
We leave it buried here. We don't tell anyone.
You find anything decent?
No. Place was a bust.
It's real.
Yes, I'm in the same boat as Kevin. I hadn't heard this film. Judging from the thumbnail of the trailer that Kevin sent me, it starred Jaden Martell. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Yeah, who obviously I knew as Bill from It. He's a great actor, and I think he's going to deliver a great performance in this, just from the trailer alone.
Oh, yeah.
The plot seemed, you know, it was like a boy and his brother and his friends. I think that's what I got. Discover some old treasure, and it seems to be like this journey through, this boy who's trying to avoid the law, but I don't know. It seemed very coming of age in that way.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought the trailer, I might have just completely butchered the plot because it seemed, even though it seemed clear, it seemed quite ambiguous. Like it still doesn't show enough. I thought it looked good. I like the tone that it delivered and its coming of ageness. I know that Jaden's probably going to give a great performance because, like I said, I think he's going to be one of the up-and-coming actors everyone has to put on their list of someone to look out for. Yeah. But yeah, there's not really a lot to say about this one other than I think that it's caught my attention. It looks like it's shot well. I like the mystery behind it. A24 released it, and obviously they've got a lot of films on this list that are coming out this month that I'm interested in, except The Current War. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. How about you, Kevin?
Yeah, this is one that piques my interest pretty much right away. I mean, anything A24, I'm pretty much down for. I think this is they definitely have a lot of really interesting stuff. And basically, the plot of this film, I mean, it's basically the most fucked up, like, game of treasure hunt you'll ever see. Like, they have this treasure hunt, and then all this stuff goes haywire, and it looks really good. I think the cast here is really great. I mean, you got Kean Johnson, who I actually really liked from Alita Battle Angel. You got Shea Wiggum. You got Jaden Martell. Really great cast overall. You do have the kid from AXL, who from Axel, who wasn't that great. But hey, you also have the guy from fucking 8th grade. So, you know, it really could go either way. I think this could be a really good film, though, for sure. I think this is definitely going to be one that could probably go under a lot of people's radar and probably could end up being something really good, because I think this could definitely be a really solid film for sure. So I'm excited for this.
Yeah, I had no idea what this movie was beforehand, but then I saw the trailer, and I actually thought it looked pretty interesting. I can't lie. You know, like Cam said, the trailer was kind of vague on what it really was trying to present. And I like that, and it makes me more interested when I see the movie, and, you know, when stuff starts to unravel, it'll become more interesting and much more, you know, greater, you know, hopefully, and, you know, and it does look pretty good. I can't lie. It actually looks really interesting, you know, and yeah, I actually was pretty surprised, like I said, because I hadn't heard of this movie beforehand until, you know, I saw the trailer, so it actually does look pretty good.
All right, so Low Tide, if you're looking forward to it, it does come out on October 4th. I believe it's already on. If you have DirecTV, you can already watch it, but I know it's going to be, like, widespread VOD October 4th, so definitely look forward to it then. But the next movie, this is the first of, like, 5 Netflix movies we're talking about. Like I said, Netflix has a lot of promising releases, surprisingly, but this is one of the ones that we are going to discuss that FilmFan's going to introduce.
All right, and that movie is In the Tall Grass.
Becky?
Travis?
Who are you? What's going on? I came looking for you! What?
How did you get here before us?
I don't know.
My boy, he's lost in here too.
This is nuts!
It's only a field.
What's happening? He went the other way!
I'm never gonna find her.
You can find things, but it's easier once they're dead.
Holy crap, this actually looks really intense. You know, like with Low Tide, I didn't even know this was coming out. But I saw the trailer and I'm like, oh, this looks really intense. You know, like they're in like this, you know, this field and whatever, you know, and the grass is, as you can tell, is really tall by the title. And, you know, like it's
really,
just,
I didn't know. I thought it was short.
Anywho, but no, this actually seems very creepy, very intense, you know, and it actually does look pretty good, you know, so I am interested in this, and, you know, maybe, I'll check it out once it comes to Netflix, so, yeah, it does seem pretty good, and, yeah.
Yeah, so In the Tall Grass, I've been excited for this one for a while. Just Stephen King has some kind of movie coming out. I'm automatically hooked, and yeah, I think this looks really interesting for sure. This is definitely one of the lesser known Stephen King stories, but I think this could be something really interesting. The whole story, I mean, this, you know, they find this young boy and things like that, and pretty much all this chaos starts. It looks really creepy. It's definitely got a really eerie sort of vibe to it. Kind of gave me like a Pet Sematary kind but hopefully is better than that film. I mean, I like the remake, but the original's kind of shit. But overall, I think this could be a really solid film for sure. I'm hoping it's something really good. Stephen King movies can go either way for the most part, but I think recently he's had a real streak of like really successful adaptations, and I hope this is definitely one of them. I really have not heard too many people talk about this story, so I think that automatically will probably heightens my interest, definitely, because I don't know too much about this one at all. And I think this could be something potentially really great. Patrick Wilson's in here as well, who's just a phenomenal actor in everything he does, and I think he's really going to carry this quite well. So I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, this is one that I didn't. Not only did I not even know they were releasing, I didn't even know about the story, and I'm usually really familiar with Stephen King stories. So I saw the trailer, and as soon as it said based off a Stephen King book, I was like, okay, now I've got my interest. Even though I'm not too much of a fan of the way Stephen King writes, I always think that his visions are a bit like George Lucas. I don't think George Lucas is great at putting pen to paper, but I think he's got some great ideas, just like Stephen King.
Yeah, for sure.
First off, I like how this film looks like it's filmed in basically one location. I think that could make it really claustrophobic. It almost reminded me of the M. Night Shyamalan film Signs, with the tall grass.
That's a good comparison, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too sure because I know that there's another Stephen King Netflix film, 1922. I wasn't too much of a fan of that, and this trailer gave me the vibes for that. But if I had to say one thing about this trailer is that it reminded me of Signs meets A Quiet Place. Meets, obviously, very Stephen Kingisms that he's known for.
Yes.
I'll definitely be checking this one out because it's free for me. I'm not too much on board with it, but at the same time, I think it could make for some really good horror, some really good claustrophobicness. Let's hope it's not the same claustrophobic horror that Bird Box brought, because
I still haven't seen that one.
Kevin, that's like the one film you haven't seen.
It's literally the one film from last year that everyone talked about that I didn't see. It just didn't happen, but whatever. If you're excited for In the Tall Grass, it comes out on October 4th. Really hoping it could be a really scary film in time for the Halloween time and things like that. And so those are all the movies coming out on October 4th. Now we get to a film that has an interesting release date. It comes out on October 8th, but it also comes out on October 11th, technically. But this is a film that I've been excited for a while, and that is Little Monsters.
Next stop, Pleasant Valley.
Hi, Teddy.
Aren't we having a super fun time on our trip?
I want you all in the line in front of me, and away we go.
Why are we stopping?
Must be something in the way.
What is it, Miss Caroline?
Start the tractor!
Are you okay?
Yes!
So, Little Monsters overall, this looks so great. I'm very excited for this one. What I love about this film is that, yes, it is a zombie film. We've seen so many zombie films at this point that it's almost become a genre of itself. It seems like it's very hard to do an original zombie film. But what I love about this one is, one, it's really not taking itself all that seriously. Two, it's far less about the zombies and more about the characters that are populating it, and just the idea that this school teacher is basically trying to trick her students into thinking like this is all fake and like she's like singing to them and things like that. It just seems like it could be a really fun idea. Lupita Nyong'o, I mean, she absolutely killed it in Us. Still one of the best performances of the entire year, and I think she's going to give another amazing performance here. I've heard fantastic things about her. Josh Gad as well. I think he's going to be a really fun character. I can't wait to see what he does, and just in general, I think it's going to be a really creative film. I'm going to see this in theaters when it comes out next week, actually. I'm very excited to do that. I know it comes on to Hulu, but it's a film that I very much would want to see in theaters if I have the opportunity to, so I'm definitely going to do so. I think this is going to be such a fun film, and I really hope that's exactly what it is, because I could see this being maybe one of the most entertaining films of the entire year if done right.
I'll go next. For me, Little Monsters is a very mixed bag. I think it's a film that looks like it should have been released 10 years ago when the zombie hype train. Yeah, do you know in the late 2000s when they were making some, like, I'm not saying that this looks awful, but when they were making awful, like, films like Cockneys versus Zombies or Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
If you told me that there was a film called Little Monsters, I would have told you, oh, wait, do you mean the film? Well, it sounds like it's from 2009. Are you sure it wasn't released 10 years ago? That being said, I thought with talent behind it like Lupita Nyong'o, which really surprised me because obviously I've seen her in much more serious roles like Us, even if it was loosely a comedy and 12 Years a Slave. And she honestly looks really funny in this, which I'm pleased to see because usually when serious actors go comedic, it can either be really good like this or awful. I think it could be fun. It could be a good time. I'm not like in the tall grass. I don't want to be the pessimistic one here, but I think it hasn't entirely gripped me, and I don't think I'll see it until it comes out. But at the same time, it could be fun. Lupita's great. The talent behind it looks good. And who doesn't want to see some zombie children?
But no, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I think it looks pretty entertaining. You know, and it actually looks kind of fun. Lupita Nyong'o, like Cam, most of the performances I've seen from her are very serious performances and stuff like that. So it's interesting for me to see her going in a much more comedic direction. She actually looks hilarious, and she actually looks great. So, you know, I'm interested to see how she's going to play a role in this, and she looks great. I can't wait to see it. You know, and Josh Gad looks funny. So it's a very interesting take of how they're taking the zombie realm and whatever. So yeah, maybe I will check this out once it drops on Hulu because it actually does look like a ton of fun, to be honest. So yeah, I do think it looks pretty entertaining.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're looking forward to Little Monsters, you can either see it in the theaters on October 8th, the only time it's released, or you can wait and watch it on Hulu on October 11th. Either way, I think it's going to be a really fun film, and I really hope that's exactly what it is. I definitely could see this being really entertaining for sure. But going to October 11th, we now get to the stuff that doesn't look as great, that I know Cam here is very excited to introduce.
So the film I'm introducing is Gemini Man.
How'd he start you? Hunting, birds, rabbit? I'm guessing 19, 20 years old, the first time he ordered you to shoot a person. 25 years ago, he took my blood. He made you from me. He's been lying to you the whole time. He told you you were an orphan. And of all the people in the world to come after me, why would he send you?
This is a new film from Ang Lee, who I think is probably one of the most hit-or-miss directors out
Oh,
there.
yeah, the definition.
He's directed some great stuff like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which is a fucking amazing film. Then he's done stuff like... you know, Life of Pi, which I know people are a fan of, but I think it's awful. And Hulk and a lot more that I could go into, but you know Ang Lee, he's a very famous director, and when he's good, he's great. When he's bad, he's Hulk. And I was really interested when I first heard about this because I'm a big fan of doppelganger films, and I think that usually films with doppelgangers have some really good symbolism in there, and I think Ang Lee is worthy of that. I always like seeing Will Smith in a serious role because I think he has a serious charm for it, and I think when Will Smith is good, he can be Oscar worthy. Not saying that he could be here because he has played Deadshot before, and this looks like another version of that. But no, I don't think it looks very good. That's the problem. There's one scene that I think looks amazing when Will Smith's crying, but aside from that, I think it looks cheap. I don't think the CGI is great. There's something about the music that they play in the trailer which really doesn't fit. Oh god,
yeah. Especially because it's from fucking Jaden Smith.
Oh my god, is it? I didn't even.
It's literally music from his son. Very subtle, very subtle.
That's hilarious. But yeah, topping off Gemini Man, I think it could go either way, but I'm mostly in the boat of it's probably not going to be good. I think worst comes to worst, it's going to be bad but not awful, because I think Ang Lee's gone past that point of being the worst he can be. But who knows? He could be shite. What about you guys?
Yeah, so Gemini Man's one I'm very 50-50 with. At first, the first trailer I didn't think was that bad. I actually thought, okay, this could be really interesting. Maybe this could be something really, and especially with the de-aging and things like that, I was interested in seeing how that was going to turn out. I thought that, and I think the thing with this movie is that technically it's going to be a marvel. It's going to be I think it's probably going to be one of the best looking movies of the entire year. I've heard amazing things about it. I've heard it's a film that like you have to see in like 3D and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's probably going to be really great. My issue is the story. The story just doesn't seem that great. It seems very been there, done that. We're like, oh, there's this doppelganger out there and he wants to kill, like, he's got to kill his younger self and things like that. It's basically like a cheaper version of Looper. I've actually never seen Looper. I know I got to get on that, but yeah, that's what I've
say. It looks like a cheaper version of a movie you haven't seen.
Because I know what Looper's about, and I know it has a bigger budget. But either way, yeah, I don't think this looks all that great. Will Smith is an actor that I think is really great when he's utilized well. He was actually, I thought, really great in Aladdin earlier this year. He very much surprised me in that, and I think he could be really good here. But yeah, the film itself just doesn't seem all that interesting, and I hope it's not this, but I feel like it's going to be one of those films that has really great visuals to it, but the story itself is very meh, and I just don't see it being all that great. I do, and I will definitely agree with you, Cameron, the music is incredibly obnoxious. The fact that he literally used music from his own fucking son in the trailer, that's when you know you're watching a Will Smith movie. Nothing screams Will Smith more than him milking the shit out of his family, and we very much do see that here. Good old nepotism for you. It's always great, but yeah, I'm not really feeling this one.
No, I'm not really feeling this one either. I really, but when it was first like brought up, like before any trailers were released and whatever, I was like, oh, Will Smith in an Ang Lee movie, yeah, this should be interesting, you know. Yes, but then the trailers came out, and I was just like, this looks very meh to me. Like that's like the best way I can put it. Is just it looks so meh. Like I don't even think the visuals even look that great, to be honest. Like I don't like the trailers. Like it's just not selling me. Who knows? When I see it in the movie, it might look great, but it's really not selling me all that much in the trailers. You know, it just kind of just looks so bland to me, honestly. Like, you know, Will Smith is a great actor. He is one of my personal favorites. The dude is just. He's just a marvel. He really is. You know, he's generally one of the most iconic movie stars we have right now, and whatever. You know, he just is. And but he just doesn't seem all. He just seems very bland here, honestly. And that's what sucks, because Will Smith is a dynamic actor, and it just doesn't look great, man. And Ang Lee, like Cam said, is a very hit and miss director. He can make something great, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or Brokeback Mountain, or Life of Pi. But he also can make Hulk. So I am very skeptical about this. This doesn't really look all that great to me. It doesn't look bad, but at the same time, it doesn't look very good either. It's just a very mixed bag for me.
Yeah, so Gemini Man, if you're looking forward to it, it comes on October 11th. Hoping it's good, but not really feeling it. Speaking of movies I'm not feeling, we're going to go back to FilmFan0599 with this next movie.
Oh, hello, and that is the Addams Family.
And we already know how Cam feels.
It's all so different. Pugsley, don't drink it all. This gentleman wants some too. What a nervous man. Welcome to the neighborhood. What an interesting home. Fire in the hole!
You sunk my battleship!
Yes! I guess I'm going to be in the minority with the two of them, because I actually think this looks pretty cute. I actually am very much looking forward to this. I have not seen any Addams Family related things at all. Like, I've never seen the original TV show. I've never seen both of the live action movies. I am, of course, aware of the iconic theme song. But other than that, I am not familiar at all with really the world and the universe. But this anime movie does actually look pretty good. I actually like the trailers. I think it looks very cute, honestly. I actually very much am looking forward to this. I hope it's just a nice movie, honestly. Just a nice children's film. It's got a really great cast behind it. I believe, Oscar Isaac's in it, Charlize Theron, Chloe Grace Moretz. Like, it's got a good cast behind it.
For
and
sure.
and I hope, it is as good as the trailers have presented it. I just, not everything has to be the most amazing thing ever, but I just hope it's just a fun, nice little animated movie. And it definitely does seem like that from the trailers for me.
Here's the thing with this film. If you were to talk to me like a couple months ago, let's say before that second trailer came out, I would have agreed with basically everything you just said. I would have said, all right, it looks like a cute, fun movie that's not trying to be anything that amazing, but just looks fun. Then that second trailer came out, and that dwindled basically all of my hype. They started playing that once I heard that like modernized like rap version of the Addams Family theme, and I saw fucking like Snoop Dogg pulling up and like his fucking cousin in, you hear da 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 da, it's the motherfucking, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, this just, I'm not feeling this at all. And here's the thing, yes, this has a fantastic cast. Oscar Isaac, Charlize Theron, Chloe Grace Moretz, Allison Janney, Elsie Fisher, Martin Short, Finn Wolfhard. I mean, so many talented actors in here. I think they're probably going to be the best thing about this movie. I think everyone is well cast. Well, maybe not Snoop Dogg, but everyone else I think is well casted here for sure. The animation style itself, I don't really mind. I like the sort of like Tim Burton-esque animation they're going for. Kind of reminds me of like Corpse Bride or something like that, where everything's like really dark and dim, and I kind of like that style. I like what they're going for there. And I actually really do like the original Addams Family film from like the 90s. I think that's actually a really fun family film for sure. This one though, I'm not feeling it. Really not feeling it at all. And it sucks because, like I said, I actually really did like that first trailer, minus that It reference, which was pretty bad. But other than that, yeah, I'm unfortunately not feeling this one. I think this looks like a modernized version. It seems like it's everything that sucks about anime movies today. I do think the cast is really talented, but not doing it for me. But yeah, Cam, we already know how you feel, but go ahead.
I'll get my positives out first, and I won't linger on the negatives too much, because I've noticed I've been quite negative throughout this video, and I promise I'll be that way for the next few ones, because the next few ones look great.
Hey, I mean, FilmFan's usually that guy in these videos, so, don't feel bad.
He's passed the torch.
Exactly.
Oscar Isaac is a very, not only is he one of my favorite actors, but he's very personal. He impacted my personal life in a weird way, which I won't get into. But I've been petitioning for him to play Gomez since I first saw him in 2013. So I was 12, because he looks the part, he sounds the part, he acts the part, and I'm so happy we're seeing him as Gomez, even if it is in a animated film. I would love to see him in a live action film more, but I'm still happy that he's got that role. Like you said, Kevin, I don't think the animation looks bad. I like the Tim Burton-esque, even if some of the is annoying me a little bit. With that being said, I was watching the trailer and I was like, you know what, this looks fun. They're playing old music, they're playing the classic Addams Family. Very nostalgic to me, because I remember seeing the first two films when I was young, and they're like classics. And then that fucking music started. And like, I know that you guys probably think that I think this is gonna suck. I don't think it is. When I was doing that, it's just because I had PTSD flashbacks about the music and how it's like the equivalent for me of having a documentary about, like, I don't know, some really historic figure and putting Travis Scott over it. It just seems out of place and unusual.
Yeah, it didn't fit at all.
With that being said, I feel like some of the cast could steal the show because I love Charlize Theron. Well, I thought Finn Wolfhard is in it, and like I said about Jaden earlier, I think Finn's another up-and-coming actor, even if he's at his peak, because he's obviously a household name at this point, really.
Yeah.
I think it has the potential to be good, but if I go see this and they start playing a fucking Snoop Dogg song and they try and be really funny, I'll probably audibly go, ooh, through it, and I'll disturb some people. But overall, even though I did facepalm and I did do that, I don't think it looks too bad. In fact, I think it looks better than most of the ones we've gone through already. But yeah. No. It's the
motherfucking double check.
Dude.
All right, but Addams Family, if you're excited for it, it comes out on October 11th. Hoping it's cute, but guess we'll see. Of course. All right, so now we get to the film, though, that, Cam seemed like he was upset about Addams Family. This movie, though, I'm sure we all collectively are just hyped out of our minds for. It's a very necessary film. Totally doesn't look like a bastardization of a much better film. That, of course, is Jaxie.
Oh, no. Oh, you're okay.
I'm okay too, thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're okay?
I'm fine, but more importantly, how's your phone?
It's got a little bit of a scratch that will definitely annoy me. You're joking. Okay.
You guys are supposed to write lists that break the internet every day. We have not gone viral since yesterday. Prison lips, what do you got?
Cats that look like Ryan Gosling?
I likey like.
Your boss is a fucking moron.
What is wrong with your phone, dude? Play me out.
Oh, God. Where the fuck do I begin with this one? Look, the second that I heard that there was a comedy coming out about a guy who is, he's like really like bad. He's bad with, romantic relationships and things like that. And he comes across his phone. He starts falling in love. I'm like, oh, they basically took her and they're just like, let's find out how to make this the most generic and just modernized version possible. And that's exactly what they're doing here. This looks like absolute garbage. I am not this movie looks like absolute shit. Look, I'll say this. Adam Devine is an actor that I do usually like, but he's just usually not in anything that great, and that's the case here. It still doesn't seem like he's that great here. And the whole plot itself, I mean, it's literally beat for beat her until we get to the whole idea of now, except the phone wants to like take over the world, and it's like going like it's going rogue and things like that. It's so dumb. Everything about this movie looks so stupid. Michael Pena looks maybe the worst he's ever been. I mean, I usually really like him, but like this could be honestly worse than Chips. I'm not entirely sure, but he looks annoying as fuck here. I like Alexandra Shipp, but she doesn't even look that great. Just everything about this movie looks like absolute trash. I have no idea how this was greenlit, and I said this to FilmFan after watching the trailer. Whoever came up with this, when this movie comes out, you need to write a formal apology to Spike Jonze. Please, just write a formal apology to him, and then maybe I'll be okay with this movie being a thing, because Her is one of the most creative movies out there. The fact that anyone would come up with this and not think that they're ripping off Her, which I'm pretty sure that they do, it just really infuriates me. You do not besmirch one of the most creative films out there, and I really fucking hate the idea of this movie, man, to be honest with you. This is easily one of the most least anticipated of the entire year, and I just hate everything about this. Just why the fuck is this a thing?
Bro. I laughed. When I watched the trailer, I laughed, and I feel so guilty for it. This looks like one of those films that that the people behind them were like monkeys. Like, right, I'm gonna go full blown comedy for the rest of this. I don't care. I feel like being funny. This looks like one of the most generic cringy, white person film. I mean, this is like this is like if Black Mirror met an Adam Sandler, like a modern Adam Sandler film.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, the trailer.
It's not the only movie we're talking about that looks like Black Mirror.
Yeah, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Because you're going to hate me for my opinions of that too. But honestly, I don't think this looks that bad. It's obnoxious. It's trying to copy her. It's not going to be that funny. But at the same time, I'm getting emoji level feelings from this, where it's so dumb that it's become a meme, which is funny because I always find it funny when you meme something that's trying to be funny, because it's you know, it's even funnier than memeing something serious. But yeah, overall, I probably will see this and I'll laugh and I'll feel really bad for it, and I'll probably never watch a film ever, and you guys will never see me. But yeah, overall, I don't totally hate this, but it's a massive meme at this point, to the point where I wanted to harm myself for laughing.
So in other words, it's a film so funny you'll never watch another film again.
Yes, and in a really dark way.
All right.
Film fan?
Yeah, this looks awful. This looks really bad. Literally did not laugh a single time while watching this trailer. It looks like the most it looks like just what a dumb college kid would come up with if he saw her and was like, I can do it better, and just
that's exactly what
that's exactly what this looks like, and it just looks like another dumb comedy. Like, I hate to like be that person, but it just looks like another just dumb comedy with just what are you doing?
It's the phone sex.
God damn.
Trailer.
Anyway.
God. When he's fucking like unplugging the phone, it's like, what are you doing?
But no, this looks bad. I legit, like, there are jokes in here that I was like, we're still trying to make jokes like these and still trying to make them work as if they're funny or something. Like, I can't. And this somehow is not the worst looking movie that's coming out this month.
Oh, it is.
But anyways, this looks awful.
Yeah, so Jexy, if you're looking forward to it, you know, if you're like Cam and you like really bad movies for some reason, it comes out on October 11th. I guess check it out. Speaking of Cam, we have a movie that he's hyped for that he totally hasn't already seen illegally, and he's very excited to introduce it.
You know what, Kevin? I was going to say that I saw this at a special screening, but if you say that yeah, I guess I have to be honest. This next film is a film called Parasite.
부모님 얼굴도 뵙고 좋더라, 건강들 하시고.
일거리가 없으셔도.
네가 내 대신 얘 과외 선생님 좀 해줘라, 영어.
대학생인 척하라는 거야?
구라를 좀 치지 뭐.
넌 이 좋은 실력으로 왜 미대는 맨날 떨어지냐?
아이씨, 죽을래.
저는 이게 위조나 범죄라고 생각하지 않아요. 참으로 시의적절하다. 부자들이 원래 참 잘 속아.
사모님이 뭐랄까.
풀타임으로 수업 어떻게 하시는지. Is it okay with you?
Which I've never seen before. And I totally don't think it's the best film of the year. This film is directed by Bong Joon-ho, who is, what can you say about him? He's probably my favorite foreign film director working today, you know, minus Gasper now. The film stars some really good actors like Song Kang-ho, obviously joined Bong in, I love saying the word Bong, who joined Bong in Memories of Murder, which is one of my favorite films. I don't give away the plot about this too much, because if you go into it blind, it's the best thing. But I'll just say it's about the class system, it's about poverty, it's about wealthy. It's not so much about race. It's not about. I can't talk about it because I know that I've seen it, and if I hadn't have seen it, I'd probably give away the plot. Oh wait, no, I haven't seen it. I want to make that clear.
You haven't seen it.
But yeah, this looks like a great film. I'll just stop pretending. This is a great film. I'm very excited for all of you to watch it, especially the two wonderful people I'm talking to, except Kevin.
But then there's one person. You're saying two, but then there'd be one.
I'm talking to myself now because I'm not much of an.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see how it is. Fucking Mr. Fucking Selfish here. Fucking hyping himself up like he's fucking God or something. Because he is God, idiot.
I am. Come on, Kevin. All right. I'll stop with the pretending that I've not seen Parasite. I have. Please don't read the plot. And if you're going to watch the trailer, tread lightly because it reveals some things that I really wish people didn't know. But let me just say, it's an amazing film, and I'm really excited for Kevin and FilmFan to watch this. Take it for you guys. I'm just going to make my own review while I'm at it. So.
All right, so Parasite, I am so hyped for this film. Bong Joon-ho, I mean, he's one of the best directors, I think, working today. I adored his last film. I still have yet to watch Snowpiercer, but of what I've seen of him, I think he is absolutely phenomenal. And all the praise this film has gotten, that alone had me intrigued. But then finally seeing that trailer, I think it was before Loose, it got me so much more excited for this film. I think this looks so interesting. And honestly, it's one of those trailers like I don't remember that much about, but it's one that definitely affected me for sure. I think there's a lot of places that this can go. It's sort of like, dueling families and things like that. And I'm excited to see really where that's going to go. The cast here looks fantastic. There looks like there's a lot of humor in this as well, which is really great to see. And just in general, I think this could very much be one of the best films of the year. Every person, like every reviewer that I've seen this have basically said it's like the best of the year. So that alone has me hyped, but then you factor in the talent, you factor in Bong Joon-ho, and you just factor in what this movie could potentially be. It just seems incredible to me. And I was talking about how it's really hard to market foreign films. I feel like this is one of those trailers that actually did market the film pretty well. And I actually am very excited to see how this turns out for sure, because I think this looks pretty damn great.
Yeah, this actually looks really fantastic. I love Snowpiercer a lot. I was not that big on Ultra all that much, but I do think this looks pretty great. The trailer, I thought, was very vague of what really the plot is, and that's what makes me so intrigued about this. And it has a really great style to it. The filmmaking seemed really it looks really great and all that. And I hope this is as great as the trailer presents it out to be. As great as the reviews are making it out to be and stuff like that. So I am very interested to see where this goes, and I am really looking forward to it a lot.
All right, so Parasite, if you're looking forward to it, it comes out on October 11th, but you can actually watch it now. It is out there if you want to check it out, just like Cam, who totally has not seen it already. But yeah, very, very excited for this one for sure. Really hoping it lives up to the hype. But now we get to a film that I can't actually say too much about, but I know Film Fan here, out of all the films we're talking about, I mean, he said that there was a film that was worse than Jexy. This is definitely that film for sure. And I know he's
bro, I'm throwing the fucking fan at you, you bastard. Anyway, shut the fuck up. Here we go. My most anticipated movie of the whole month, El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie.
I get low. Oh, but that's the way these things go. I saw my face in the mirror, and Lord, I know I've changed, though I look much the same. And I found grace in the bright water bathe my soul. Tell my heart I told you so.
Alright, look. Y'all, if there was one thing I was not expecting from this year was a fucking Breaking Bad movie, okay? Yeah. Look, I can recall the night so perfectly. I fell asleep because I was just really tired that night, and
as you always do.
can you ever shut up? Anyways, I woke up, I'm just scrolling through, Twitter and all that, and then I see El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. I'm like, oh, no, wait. No, this is not real. This is not real. This can't. No, it's a trailer. I'm like, holy shit. And I was like, I'm hyped. I'm extremely hyped. And then, we got the official trailer that released, I think a few days ago and whatever. And it looks fantastic. I am excited as hell for this movie. This looks incredible. As most of you, I'm pretty sure, know, Breaking Bad is my favorite show of all time. And I am interested to see where they do lead into with this movie, because I did think the series finale really wrapped everything up perfectly. Mm-hmm. But I am interested to see where they are going to go with Jesse and everything, because, if you've seen the series finale, you know what happens with him. And, I am interested to see where they take his character and where this is going, per se. So I am extremely hyped for this. The fact that it's coming on Netflix, it's going to be right there on your television screen, is going to be quite great, and I cannot wait to watch this. This is, like I said, this is easily my most anticipated of the whole month, and I'm just hyped out of my mind for it.
All right, so with El Camino, I'll give my quick thoughts right now. I can't say too much about this movie. I have seen 3 episodes of Breaking Bad. I've seen the first 2 episodes, and I was really dumb in 2013. I did watch the finale without watching the rest of the show. So even though, yes, I do know how it ends, because I was a stupid freshman who thought, oh, people in my high school are going to talk about this, so I need to watch it for some reason so I can, be in the know and not fear of FOMO and things like that.
I wish we could boot you out of this call, but I can't, because it will stop the recording. So
yeah, it'll stop the recording. So I mean, you could, but it'll stop the recording, so you probably shouldn't do that. I
wish I could, though, because they're
complete technically know the ending. I do want to properly watch the whole show, so I actually have stayed away from these trailers. I don't want to know too much of what goes on. So I will eventually get to El Camino, but I do want to try to watch Breaking Bad. It's probably going to be not till November or December, but I do want to try to watch the whole show properly before getting to this movie. I'm sure it's going to be something really great. Big fan of Vince Gilligan. Absolutely adore Better Call Saul. I know that's different from Breaking Bad, obviously, but he's a fantastic director. He's a fantastic, creator. I think he's going to do some great stuff here, and I'm excited to see how this film turns out. But again, I'm going to hold off on how I feel about it, anticipation-wise and things like that, until we get closer, until I have seen all of Breaking Bad, because I was a stupid freshman and didn't want to watch the rest of the series. I'm going to finally rectify that now. So look forward to that sometime in the near future.
Yeah, I have a complicated relationship with Breaking Bad. I watched it probably when I was 13, and I made it all the way to season 5, and for some reason I gave up, because I was a 13-year-old who just didn't get it. So because I didn't get it,
hey, at least you tried it. You watched the whole thing, unlike me.
I loved it. Since then, I've probably watched season 1 about 3 times, and I always seem to give up at season 2. Not because I don't like it, but because there's a lot of shows that I watch. I'm in the middle of watching it now, and even though I have seen 90% of it, I will say it's a phenomenal show. It's amazing, brilliantly written. All of the characters are great. I have loved it, and even though I haven't seen all of it, and when I'm rewatching it, I'm noticing new things because I've grown older now.
Right.
I will say it is a fucking brilliant show, and I really hope that I finish Breaking Bad properly before this comes out. And I have watched the trailers because, unfortunately, I do know the ending. Because, like Kevin, I didn't watch the finale, but I read up on it because I was curious and I wanted to fit in with the kids. It looks really, obviously, this is a really nerdy fact that I think only FilmFan will get. The aspect ratio is obviously wide. It covers the whole screen for the original show, and in this, it's in widescreen, so it looks so different to the show. It's darker.
And it looks like a movie. It looks like a movie.
Yeah, which I know is obvious because it is a movie. I'm just saying it's so weird to see Jesse Pinkman in a different environment, between the two film bars. I know nothing about this other than Jesse's back. And I love that. I don't know who's returning apart from Badger and Skinny Pete. I know that it's going to be dark. I'm guessing that there's going to be some emotional moments because Jesse is such a layered character. I think it's going to be really good. I am obviously hesitant because there are a lot of films of TV shows, that out there which aren't particularly great. However, it's Vince Gilligan, so that skepticism is only 10%, just like Breaking Bad I haven't watched. It's only 10%. I think it's going to be great. And I really hope that I finish the show before it comes out. And if not, I'll probably only have to delay it for a few more days or a few more weeks. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm really happy that FilmFan's got his film here.
Yes. So El Camino, Breaking Bad movie. I know all of you are hyped for it. And yes, I know I've let everyone down by already watching the finale, but trust me, I will fix that once I have seen the entire show. I will definitely make up for that. I'm not sure when, but it will definitely happen before the year is up. So if you're looking forward to El Camino, Breaking Bad movie, it comes out on October 11th. It's also going to be in theaters for some people. So definitely look forward to it then. So now we're going to go through a host of sequels. Some look good, some don't, but we're going to start off with this first one. It comes out on a Tuesday for some reason. On October 15th, we get the highly anticipated Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Don't tell me you guys have no idea there's a new comic book movie being made of the old comic book movie you two are the basis for.
That old-ass star-studded piece of shit, that movie sucked balls.
Sucked asshole, too.
Your Honor, I object.
I'll allow it. That movie did suck balls and asshole.
All right, so Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I have seen about an hour of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It's a lot of fun from what I've seen. Kevin Smith is very, very fantastic director. His sense of humor is great. There's a lot of fun interplay between him and Jason Mewes for sure. And then this one, obviously I haven't finished Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back yet, but of what I've seen here, this also looks like a lot of fun. I'm really excited for this one for sure. I think this could be a really fun movie. I love the idea that they're just making fun of the fact that they're doing the same thing again. I love the joke at the end where they're at the Comic-Con and they're making fun of it. Just the self-awareness of it all I think could be a lot of fun here. Kevin Smith, no, he hasn't been the greatest lately. Yoga Hosers especially. I don't think he's been very great lately, but I do think he's a very talented director. I love the first two Clerks movies, all that kind of stuff he does a really good job with. I hope this is a fun movie. I really do. I hope that this is very much worth the wait. I'm worried that it is going to feel somewhat unnecessary, somewhat too late, but I do think it could overall be a fun movie for sure. I think this definitely has potential to be a fun film.
I'll go. Let's start off before I go too harsh and say I love Kevin Smith. I think he's a nice man. I think Clerks is actually one of my favorite films. So that gives that lets you know that I'm a fan of these and I'm not just some pessimistic. I hate these. I think that the positives with this is that it's nice to see Jay and Silent Bob, two very iconic characters in the indie LA scene, come back. I can't remember the actor who plays Jay. Please remind me, someone.
Jason Mewes.
He's a very nice person. That's a positive I'll give. He's nice in real life. However, I really couldn't get into this film, the trailer, sorry. I hate being pessimistic, like I just said. I really hope that I could gush about a film. But the self-aware looked fun. It's, the cast looked good. It's always good to see Craig Robinson. And it's nice to see Kevin Smith's daughter, whose name is Harley. Is it Harley Quinn?
Yeah, Harley Quinn Smith. Yeah.
I in something else that she was really good in. And I like her as a person. But if I'm honest, I think this looks like dog shit. Mm-hmm. I don't like the humor. I hate the first joke where he tucks his penis in his pants and someone yells, "Oh, shut the fuck up," or "Get the fuck out," and it feels really forced and it feels like a YouTube movie. Yeah, I was not a fan of this trailer. I'll watch it because it's the guy who made Clerks, and the guy who made Clerks is such a nice man. I might even see it just to support him because he's such a nice dude. And I feel bad slating on this. For the rest, and for Zombieland 2, I'm not going to regret fucking going apeshit on these. I'm going to give the rant of the fucking year. But with Jay and Silent Bob, I'll say that I think it looks shit. But I'm going to be nice with it because I respect it.
All right. Yeah, this doesn't look very good. I was not a fan. I was not a fan of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I watched that for the first time earlier this year, and I thought it was just like it wasn't bad, but it was just like a lot of the jokes just do not land in that movie. They really, really don't. Like I generally wonder what Kevin Smith was thinking when he was writing the screenplay for that movie. And this kind of seems more of the same to me. Honestly, I did not laugh really all that much throughout the trailer. There were only like maybe 1 or 2 moments that had me chuckling. But other than that, I just feel like this just looks very mediocre to me. I just am not that excited for it. I think it just doesn't really look all that great and just looks very unnecessary to me.
All right. Well, Jay and Silent Bob reboot, if you're looking forward to it, it comes out on October 15th. I'm definitely going to be seeing it. I know they're doing a double feature that Thursday, and hopefully it turns out to be something really good. Sticking to sequels that are very necessary, we have this next film that Kim is going to introduce.
I don't even know why. I hadn't even seen the first one.
I haven't either.
It's Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Philip asked me to marry him.
No.
I wasn't really asking.
Nor was I. Love doesn't always end well, Beastie.
Trust me. Let us prove you wrong.
You have done an admirable job going against your own nature to raise this child. But now, she will finally get the love of a real mother. Tonight, I consider Aurora my own.
There is no union. There will be no wedding.
What have you done?
We go home now. Aurora!
I saw the trailer and I was like, what the fuck's going on? Because I didn't see the first one. It stars Angelina Jolie, and I love her. That's something I can say. Michelle Pfeiffer, she's cool. There's not a lot I can say. It looks very cheesy. The acting doesn't look good. I'm not going to see it, probably. I don't know. This is the biggest shrug on here, because I'm like, why did I even see it? I didn't even see the first one. Did any of you two see it?
No, I actually have not seen the first one, but yeah.
Yeah, go on then, because I have nothing to add.
All right, yeah, I have not seen the first one either, but yeah, this does not look very good at all. I don't know why this is coming out, to be honest with you. The one thing I do know about it, even though I haven't seen the first one, is that the whole point of it was that it was essentially like Wicked, where they were trying to get into the idea that like Maleficent's misunderstood and things like that. So I don't know why in this movie they're having her flirting with evil again. Like, she's already chosen to be good. They've already established that she wasn't this villain. Why is she all of a sudden being this villain again? I don't really understand it. I like Elle Fanning, I like Michelle Pfeiffer, but they don't look very good here. Just everything about this just seems so, like, why is this a thing? It seems very unnecessary. It seems like Disney is only doing this just to further cash in on the, you know, like all the live action remakes and things like that they've been doing. They needed one more this year, so they're putting this out, and this does not look really that great at all.
Did you give this preview to me because you hoped that I'd have been the only one who have seen the first one?
No.
Good. I'm gonna say.
No, it's literally completely random. It goes me, you, and then Film Fan. That's how it turns out. But either way, this doesn't look all that great. I don't know why this is a thing. I don't even know if there's anyone that likes the first Maleficent all that much. And yeah, whatever. Who cares?
Well, that's where you're wrong, buddy, because I actually liked the first one. Pretty much so. I actually enjoyed the first movie. Wasn't anything fantastic, but I did enjoy it. However, I wasn't begging for a sequel, and this looks very unnecessary to me. It just doesn't look that great. Angelina Jolie, I thought, was really good in the role, and, you know, I mean, it's cool to see her back in the role, but I'm just not that interested into it, honestly. I think it just looks very just mediocre, and I don't really have much to offer, honestly, with it, because it just doesn't look that great, honestly, and it just really isn't needed, and I really forgot that this movie was coming out until we were doing this movie preview.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, not much to say about it. It looks pretty bad. It comes out on October 18th. Now we get to a film that I'm not going to say too much about because I already know how these two feel. But we're going to get into it, and I know Film Fan's very excited to introduce this one.
Oh, God. Zombieland 2 Double Tap.
Welcome to Zombieland. Life is about more than just survival. We were a family. Dysfunctional, sure, but what family isn't?
Merry Christmas! What would you like, little girl?
I'd really like for you to stop calling me little girl.
Do you know what I would like?
I don't give a shit what you know.
It felt so good to be on the move again.
Whoa! Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Hi, I'm Columbus.
Madison.
This is Tallahassee.
Hey, Poplart. Is this your dad? Oh, whoopsie. I forgot the seatbelt rule.
Oh, so she knows the rules?
I told her just a few of them.
73. And are there more?
You're cute. I like it.
This movie. Now look, let me make something clear. I enjoyed the first movie a lot. I actually really like it. It's a very enjoyable comedy. Definitely one of the better ones in the zombie genre, if you ask me. I do enjoy it a lot. However, now, I was looking forward to the idea that they were going to do a sequel. You know, the fact that it was going to be 10 years later, I was like, oh, okay, this kind of seems fun. This could be a fun movie. So then I saw the trailer popped up and I saw everyone was liking it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, and then I checked it out, later in the day. This looks fucking awful. This looks terrible. Like, look, I legit, I don't get, like, this looks so bad. Like, this looks like 10 years too late. Like, this legitimately looks like 10 years too late. Like, nothing made me laugh in this trailer. Like, there was not one moment that I laughed in this trailer. This looks like a bare bones fucking comedy sequel. This, I just, like, it does not look like it doesn't have the same spirit as the first one, honestly. It just looks like a complete, just wasted, like, cash grab of a sequel. That's all this looks like to me, and it just looks so bad. It looks so lazy. The filming even just looks terrible, honestly. Like, I was just surprised of how awful, like, the cinematography looked and shit. Like it looks bad. This is easily the movie I'm looking forward to the least during this month. This legit looks awful. Like, I mean, I'm happy for the people that are looking forward to it, but for me, I'm just like, no. Big fucking no. Like, I'm hoping the movie that could surprise me, because I really do want to like this movie, because I do enjoy the first one a lot, but everything that I've seen leading up to it, just...
Yeah, hi. I'm the person that he's referring to that actually is looking forward to this. Now, look, I don't think this looks amazing or anything, but it looks fun. I think it definitely does look fun. The chemistry between the four is still there. They still do work well together for sure. I do think it's weird that, like, we haven't seen, like, a single zombie in the trailer or anything like that. That's a little odd for sure. And I am very much worried about Zoe Deutsch's character. I'm worried she is going to get annoying. But overall, I think this could be fun. I am worried that it is going to be a phoned-in comedy sequel, because we've been getting a lot of those lately. But hopefully it's worth the wait, because I really do love the first Zombieland a lot. I've wanted a sequel for a while, and I hope that this is very much worth the wait, even though I guess we'll have to see. Go ahead, Cam.
Bro. Okay.
Bro, moment.
First time I got to experience this trailer was in Dolby Sound. I saw it. I saw it in the cinema, and I choked on popcorn. Not because it made me laugh, but because it made me cringe. But I mean, first off, let me just say, maybe I'm a little biased because I want to punch Jesse Eisenberg, so maybe that's a whole problem. I think he's one of the most annoying, not even overrated. I think he's one of the worst actors I've ever seen. Like professional actors, I'm not counting like Tommy Wiseau or anything. But holy shit, the first one is fine. The first one's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like great, but I enjoy it. It's got some funny moments. Bill Murray's got a great cameo in it. I mean, that's one of like the most iconic cameos of recent year. That's great. That being said, I wasn't totally against a sequel, because yes, some sequels come and they're annoying, but there are some films that I think some comedies are not needed, but like Anchorman 2, I think that Anchorman 2 was totally needed, and I still stand by the fact that I think that's a good film.
It is. I like that one as well. Yeah, that one's pretty good.
I thought, hey, maybe Zombieland 2 will be like Anchorman 2, where it'll just be a fun film. It'll add to the Zombieland lore a little bit. It's always nice to see an R-rated zombie comedy as well, because that's quite rare. But holy shit, this makes Little Monsters look like fucking a George A. Romero film.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, this is awful. This might be the worst trailer I've ever seen. This makes it look like Citizen Kane. Okay, I won't go that far. Nothing landed for me. The cast look wooden. Emma Stone, I love you, and I'll always love you, but shut up for a minute, please. I hate the whole line where it's the hippie dude and he's got a bag of weed. It's like, well, weed. Well, that totally isn't a fucking new joke. That's totally original. That someone's got weed. Get it, stoners, guys. At least Jay and Silent Bob made some stoner comedy good, rather than this just looks shit. And I told you I'm going to rant, and I won't be long, because the next film I really want to talk about. But yeah, this looks like the shit that I had a few days ago. This looks like the puke that I had a few weeks ago. This literally looks like my little brother's wee that he had a few minutes ago. This looks like the disease that killed my grandma. This is probably the worst trailer I've ever seen, and I can't wait to watch it.
So in other words, Zombieland 2, most anticipated film of the year. But if you're looking forward to it, on that note, it does come out on October 18th. There are fans out there. I know it's shocking. I'm not the only fan in the world of this movie being a thing. But if you're looking forward to it, it comes out then. Look forward to it. And wow. But switching gears entirely, we go from a very unnecessary, well, kind of unnecessary, I think it's necessary, but I guess we'll have to see how it turns out, to what is easily a film that I think could potentially be one of the best of the year. And that is one that I've looking forward to for a long time now. And that, of course, is The Lighthouse.
Bob. What? Bob. What? What? Bob. What?
All right, so The Lighthouse overall, I have been hyped for this film for a very long time now. Robert Eggers, I think, is one of the best horror directors out there. I still really do adore The Witch quite a lot. I think it is a fantastic folk tale that's just a really great, just eerie and creepy film about, the loss of innocence and all that kind of stuff, and sexual awakenings. And I mean, really put Anya Taylor-Joy on the map. Lots of creepy moments in that film, and ever since that film, I've wanted to see him do another follow-up, and seeing him following up with something this weird and this just absurd, I mean, I am all for it. This looks so good, but it also looks so bizarre in that way, and I can't wait to see the way this film turns out. What I also love about it is like how claustrophobic it really does feel, because it is very much in one location. It's very much just going to be these two characters, and just seeing them grow more and more mad throughout the film. I'm very excited to see how that's going to be. Robert Pattinson and William Dafoe, I mean, those two are some of the highest caliber actors we have working today. I can't wait to see how they're going to be. I'm hearing Willem Dafoe is Oscar worthy in this, and people are talking about how like he should be getting like best supporting actor and things like that. So I really hope that is the case for sure. I love the black and white as well. I think that really does add to the eeriness of this film. Just everything about it. I think this has the potential to be one of the best of the entire year. This has been a fantastic year for horror, and I think this could potentially maybe be the best one. I guess we'll have to see, but I think that could very well end up happening. I've heard so much praise about this film. I really am just anxiously awaiting for this to come out. I'm hearing that it's going to be a wide release. I'm hoping that's the case, because I really can't wait for this film any longer, and easily one of my most anticipated of the entire month. It's not my most anticipated, that'd be Joker, but this is definitely up there for sure. I cannot wait for this film.
I'll let FilmFan.
Okay, all right.
No, you go. You go first.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, that's the order.
Okay. So shall we go from my least anticipated to not only my most anticipated of the year, but that this is probably my most anticipated film, maybe ever. Willem Dafoe is my favorite actor, so maybe I'm biased in the same way I was biased with Jesse fucking Eisenberg. I do think The Witch is a great film, but I wouldn't put it on the same pedestal as Kevin would, or a lot of respected.
Yeah.
I do think it's an amazing film. However, The Lighthouse, I was first on board when I heard that not only was it in black and white, but in a 4:3 aspect ratio. God, I'm such a nerd. But they used all 1920s equipment to make this, and that blew my mind, because I knew we were going to get an old Tarkovsky Metropolis-like feel to it, where it was was dirty and it's gross and it's old and it's grim. Then I saw the trailer, and the trailer is one of my favorite trailers that has ever been released. The first one. I think this looks like could beat Parasite for me for the best film I've not seen. It's filled with outstanding performances already. I'm not even saying it looks like. I'm saying these performances are great, just judging from what I've seen. The score seems moody. It looks very funny. Who doesn't want to see Willem Dafoe as a sea captain? Who doesn't want to see Robert Pattinson in a film that isn't Twilight? Because he's such a great actor. But yeah, I really have a strong feeling that this will be my favorite of the year, and I hope I'm not hyping it up too much, but there's just there's just something about those character-driven, claustrophobic, almost no plot tales, and it does look like it's on the same horror as Hour of the Wolf, which is my favorite Bergman film. Very excited to see this. Unfortunately, the UK don't get it till January. I'm not going to be waiting for its digital release. I'm definitely going to be seeing it in the cinema. So unfortunately, I won't get it this month. But I'm still counting it as a 2019 film, because I go by wide releases. So yeah, I'm very excited to see this. And I don't think I've heard one criticism about the film or any of the trailers, at least until now.
Yeah.
Fun?
All right. Well, I just got one thing to say. What? Anyways, this is gonna be Stone Cold Steve Austin's favorite movie of all time, just based on that alone. Anyhow, this movie looks great. This looks bizarre. This looks weird, but it looks very intriguing to me. Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe are incredible actors. I really love them a lot, and it seems like they're going to give some great performances in this. I love the black and white setting. I think it really fits for the tone that they're trying to go for here. It just looks great. Like, I generally am really looking forward to this movie, and I hope it lives up to my expectations.
All right, so The Lighthouse, if you're looking forward to it, it comes out on October 18th. really hoping it lives up to the hype, and can't wait for it. All right, sticking with films that I'm very much looking forward to, we go to another movie that has unnecessary controversy for some reason that Cam is going to introduce.
Yes, that film is Jojo Rabbit.
When I was your age, I had an imaginary friend. Got me in so much trouble.
Kids, it's time to burn some books! You're growing up too fast. 10-year-olds shouldn't be celebrating war and talking politics.
Heil Hitler.
I wish more of our young boys had your blind fanaticism.
Did you know Jews can read each other's minds? But how would you know if you saw one? They could look just like us. Hi.
From the acclaimed director Taika Waititi. It stars Taika. I really apologize, but I didn't do my research and I don't know the name of the main character.
Roman Griffin Davis.
There you go. Scarlett Johansson. And not Sam Elliott. Why is it Sam Elliott?
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell. That's the one. Sorry, I'm tired now. But yeah,
Sam Elliott was in 3 Billboards. He gave one of the best performances of 2017 for sure. That definitely deserves.
Kevin! Didn't you just love Sam Rockwell in A Star Is Born? Like, holy
yeah, he was great. You know.
This film is
really love Sam Elliott's performance in Fosse Verdon. He was great.
This film follows the story of a young Nazi boy who basically his mother is hiding a Jew. It's a satire based off a book, and I haven't even revealed the best part of the film yet. He's got an imaginary friend who is Hitler, played by Taika Waititi, who is Jewish, and I think that's amazing. I think the controversy surrounding it is bullshit because Taika Waititi, the director and writer, is Jewish. I mean, that's like complaining that a film like let's say Blazing Saddles was written by a black dude. That's like saying, oh well, that's racist. You can't make that. That's offensive. Which I see some irony in that because Blazing Saddles wasn't written by a black dude, but you know what I mean. Yeah, this film looks very funny. It looks very great. I'm all for satire. I'm all for dark humor. When I first saw the trailer and I heard them cover Heroes by David Bowie but sung in German, I was pissing myself and I thought, yeah, this is going to be a great film. What We Do in the Shadows is obviously one of the best comedies of the decade. Yeah. One of the best horror comedies I've ever seen. Best documentaries. It's such an innovative film. The only Taika Waititi film I've seen is Thor Ragnarok, and I feel like that's the most out of place MCU film in a good way because it's more Taika, less Marvel. I'm not saying that Marvel's a bad thing, but I'm all for blockbusters that are a bit different. And this looks like maybe not so much a blockbuster, but it looks like a mainstream film that's a little bit different. And I hope it delivers. I'm actually very happy that it got mixed reviews because that's usually when I know a film is going to be good when offensive. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. I hope I don't know if it goes wide is it going wide this month or is it getting
It goes wide on November 8th, but it does come out on October 18th.
Well, I'll probably be catching it in November, but yeah, yes. Very excited for this one. I love Taika. What can I say? Yeah.
All right, well, first of all, technically Blazing Saddles was directed by a black dude because Richard Pryor was one of the writers. But, I actually just looked it up because I wanted to make sure that was true. Yeah, he's actually one of the writers behind that film. But either way, that's not important right now. Jojo Rabbit, I am so excited for this film. Everything about this looks so just delightful and imaginative. And Taika Waititi, I mean, he is one of the most fearless directors I think out there right now. He's not afraid to satire or anything. He has a very specific sense of humor, and that really does show in this film. I love the idea that this boy has this imaginary Hitler, but he sees Hitler as like someone who's like warm and like cuddly and things like that, mainly because of the way he's been brainwashed and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's where a lot of the dramatic stuff is going to play, but it also makes for some really great comedy. I mean, the best joke in that first trailer is when Hitler's talking about like people think he's a lunatic and he's crazy and things like that. And, you know, the irony, of course, that he was all that stuff that they're describing him as. But the main kid actor here, he looks fantastic. It's great to see Thomasin McKenzie in another film. She was so good in Leave No Trace last year, and I can't wait to see her in this as well. The rest of the cast here, I mean, Scarlett Johansson, who I'm hearing is Oscar-worthy here and probably will be nominated for supporting actress, Sam Rockwell, Rebel Wilson. I mean, just a really, really solid cast overall. And then, of course, Taika Waititi playing Hitler. I mean, what an amazing move that is for sure. I can't wait to see the dynamic between those two. They already look like one of the best on-screen duos of the entire year. Just everything about this seems right up my alley. I think this is probably going to be one of the funniest films of the year. I think it's going to have some biting satire, and I think it's going to have a really great message about hate, and, you know, because the whole thing's supposed to be like a satire about like hate and things like that, and I think it is going to have a really good message about this stuff and how easily manipulated people are, all that kind of stuff. I just think this has potential to be one of the most entertaining films of the entire year, and I hope that's exactly what it ends up being. Every single time I see that trailer, I always have a big old smile on my face, and I hope the movie is exactly the same way, because I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
This movie looks fucking hysterical. I am excited as hell for this movie. When I saw that first trailer, I was like, this looks great. Like I generally can't wait for this movie. I think it will also have a sense of heart as well, which is, you know, which also what I got from the second trailer and whatever. You know, the fact that Taika Waititi's playing Hitler is quite hysterical. And it looks funny. It really does. You know, I am a fan of Taika Waititi. I love What We Do in the Shadows. So Ragnarok is great in my opinion. You know, like Cameron said, it was very out of place in the MCU, but that in the best possible way.
Oh yeah.
But no, I think this looks great. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to this. You know, every time I see the trailer, it just makes me laugh hysterically. Like when they blow up the fucking building and whatever, like that gets me always dying of laughter. But yeah, this looks really great. I'm really looking forward to it. This is definitely one of my most anticipated of the month.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're looking forward to Jojo Rabbit, it comes out on October 18th. Sticking with movies that look absolutely hysterical, we have a film that I'm honestly surprised that film fans looking forward to as much as he is.
Oh, and that is Greener Grass.
You were here first. I'm never first. Julian, what is he doing? Julian, are you a dog now? It's him. Oh, Julian, you need your glasses to see the board. I miss you. I have Julian here. He's a dog now. Hi, Julian.
Raja, you can play with Julian at recess.
Okay. Look, so I had never heard this movie before, nothing. But Kevin was like, oh, you're not gonna like this once you see the trailer. I'm like, oh, God. So I'm watching it, and I'm laughing. I'm just dying of laughter, because it looks hilarious. This looks very weird. This looks very weird, but hysterical. Oh, yeah. Literally the kid transforms into a dog. It's the funniest thing. But this looks very interesting and a lot different from a lot of other comedies that are coming out this year. And, you know, it definitely, like Kevin said, it definitely seems like a very specific type of humor. I'm very interested to see how everyone will take this once it comes out. But for me, as of right now, I do think this looks very funny. I was laughing throughout pretty much the whole trailer, so it does look interesting. It looks very weird, very just kind of very out there, you know, so I am interested to see where it heads, and it does look actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, like I said, I was always looking forward to this one, but I pretty much didn't think, because of just how weird and irreverent this film is, I didn't think it'd be something that FilmFan would love, but I'm glad that he loved the trailer as much as I do, because this looks like one of the most unique and funniest films of the entire year. I mean, everything about this, I saw things like in the trailer where people saying, oh, it looks like David Lynch and things like that, and it very much does have like that weird sort of Lynchian vibe to it, or a very specific type of absurd comedy and I very much love that here. I think this looks so weird and out there. Just the gag of like him turning into a dog, or like the joke where they like kiss the wrong husband. They're like, oh, wrong husband, and they like quickly switch things like that. They're very simple jokes, but it looks absolutely hysterical. The color palettes itself, I mean, again, it just has a very specific sort of style to it. I believe this was at Sundance earlier in the year, and everyone that saw it said it was like one of the funniest of the year. So I think this is going to be a really, really fun film. It's definitely not going to be for everyone because it's a very specific type of comedy, but it's the kind of absurdist comedy that I can very much get behind, and I'm overall excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea about this until when I watched the trailers before this video, and it started, and I thought it wasn't a comedy. I was like, oh god, white people, man, holy shit. And then the dog joke.
Even though you're white, but okay.
All right, you don't know that, bro. You don't know. No.
Oh, okay.
And then it started, and I was like, holy shit, this is like if Eric Andre just chilled out a little bit. If he just took a chill pill, if he, you know, and then I saw the comparison to Lynch, and Lynch is my favorite director of all time. So I was like, holy shit, this actually looks incredible. Then I watched the trailer knowing that, and I honestly think this could be a top 5 booking film of the year. And I'm so glad that I'm on this show now, because I wouldn't have heard about this film otherwise. It looks insane, funny, it looks daft, it looks like the Returns humor, like Twin Peaks: The Returns humor. How subtle.
Also sort of like something you'd see on like Adult Swim, like, you know, one of those like fake movie trailers or something, except it's real.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and that really fucking made me happy, because Adult Swim, I mean, it's not as good now, but I love the.
Oh yeah, it's fucking genius, bro. Too many cooks, like stuff like that.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, holy shit, this looks amazing. And I even like put up the videos on YouTube now just to remind myself what it is, because I couldn't remember. And I just started pissing myself when I saw it again. I was like, yeah, this is going to be fucking amazing. In my opinion, I think this is going to be the funniest film. Well, it had the funniest trailer. I mean, it's no Zombieland 2, but it still looks great.
All right, so if you're looking forward to Greener Grass, it comes on October 18th. It is going to be on VOD for everyone to watch, and I hope it is exactly that. I hope it is definitely one of the funniest comedies of the year. Like I said, very specific brand of humor, but one that I think is going to be a lot of fun for sure. So very much looking forward to this one. So now we get to the other Netflix movie we're talking about. We talked about like 2 of them. There's another one that we're going to talk about here that I'm looking forward to for a while now, and that is The Laundromat.
Think of this as fairy tale that actually happened.
There's confusion over who has to pay.
So they drowned Joe and 20 other innocent people. And somebody's making money from it.
No, it goes back to this law firm, Mossack Fonseca.
So what happens next? What do we do next?
All right, so The Laundromat is, of course, the newest film from Steven Soderbergh. His second film, actually, that's coming out this year. You know, he had High Flying Bird, which I am going to rewatch. I didn't have an opinion on it the first time I watched it. That's why I haven't reviewed it. So I'm going to do that again. And I will say right now, this does not look level. It definitely does not. I was looking forward to High Flying Bird a lot more. But what I like about this, it's kind of him getting back into like the heist genre. It very much seems sort of like an Ocean's film, but if it was something, you know, like in the same universe as an Ocean's film, kind of, and I am very much for that. I think this looks like a lot of fun. The cast here, I mean, it's so stacked. Meryl Streep, Gary Oldman, Antonio Banderas again, David Schwimmer, of all people, is in this. I mean, this looks like it could be a really fun film. I've heard some mixed things about this one. I have not heard the greatest things for sure, but I think it could be fun. I think Steven Soderbergh, he works best when he's doing these kinds of movies. I love the fact that he has just been pumping out tons of films lately, and I hope that it very much does. It is something really great, because I do think Steven Soderbergh is I mean, he obviously is a fantastic director, but he's been doing some great stuff lately, you know, Unsane and things like that, and obviously this doesn't look like it's going to be on that level, but it does look like a really fun film, and I hope that's what it ends up being, because I think this could be really, really good.
this looks fine. Sorry to Meryl Streep, great actress, not one of my favorites, but you can't deny her talent. Unsane was a great film, and I actually like the director's later works as opposed to his earlier works. Gary Oldman's amazing. Sorry, I'm getting tired of these criticisms of shit. Yeah, this film looks fine. I've heard some of the controversy surrounding a certain brown face. Yeah. I'm a little skeptical. It could be good. It looks fun. It looks well shot. Meryl Streep looks like she's entered. She doesn't just look like she's doing a good performance, but she looks entertaining. She looks fun. Like she just looks like looking at it. It looks fun. David Schwimmer. It's nice to see David Schwimmer because he's such an underrated person. Not just an underrated actor. He's an underrated person. So yeah, this is probably the one on the list that I feel the least like. I'm like. I'm
the most indifferent to.
It's the most fine, I'd say. Luckily, it's on Netflix, so I don't have to pay for it. I'll be watching this one, and I hope it surprises me because I do like a good comedy and I like a good ensemble cast. Is Michael Shannon in this one, or am I thinking of something else?
Who?
Michael Shannon. Am I thinking of a different film?
No. He's not in this one. Okay. That's the current war.
That's the current war. Okay, I'll stop talking now.
Yeah, he's not in this one.
Yeah, sorry. Ignore me. I'm getting knackered.
Alright, so yeah, this movie looks interesting. I like the trailer. I thought, it presented itself well. I like the all-star cast here. I literally yelled out David Schwimmer when I saw David Schwimmer pop up on screen. But no, this does look pretty great. I am interested in seeing where it leads into. I do like all the actors in the film. Steven Spielberg is a great director, in my opinion, so it definitely does have my interest.
All right, so The Laundromat, if you're looking forward to it, it does come out on October 18th. Hoping it is something really good. And now we have another movie coming out on October 18th that is randomly coming out. There was no press release for this or anything. It's just randomly dropping, and Cam here is going to introduce it.
This is the one where I thought I was doing one film and it turned out to be the other one. Is it?
Yeah.
Which one is it? Please tell me.
It's Wounds.
It's quiet in here tonight.
Come on, man. We'll get the bottle out of that guy's hand.
It's probably one of the kids.
Who were you talking to last night?
There was these college kids. They left a cell phone there. And I went through it to see whose it was. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. It's awful.
Oh, yeah. This looked like a piece of shit. Wounds, let's see. Wounds, I can't even remember anything from it. It's about a bartender who picks up a phone and discovers disturbing things in it. It's got Armie Hammer, who I think is a piece of shit. It's got Dakota Johnson, who I love. She's one of my crushes. It's a Hulu film, I think. Is it a Hulu film?
It is Hulu, yes.
Yeah, that's something that you don't hear often. Was it a Hulu film? I think the trailer didn't look awful. I thought it just looked kind of tacky, kind of bad. There was awful CGI in it that actually made me want to have wounds. Overall, I just think that this is another one that I will probably not avoid, but I wouldn't be excited about. I'd rather see. I mean.
Yeah, so Yeah, so Wounds for me, I'm pretty much for me, the way I feel about this film is how Cam felt about The Laundromat. Out of all the movies we're talking about, this just looks the most fine. It really does. It looks the most fine to me. I didn't really feel much from the trailer or anything. It looks really just whatever. I like Armie Hammer's a great actor. Dakota Johnson's a great actress. I love Zazie Beetz, but it just looks fine, honestly. This is a movie that it was supposed to come out in March. I remember I had it on the movie previewer and everything. We were going to talk about it, but a trailer never came out for it. And now it's dropping randomly onto Hulu, and I can kind of see why. It doesn't really look like anything that special. It doesn't really seem like it's going to interest me all that much. I hope that's not the case. I hope it is a really good film, but I can very much tell why there hasn't been any promotion for it until now, because it very much just seems like one of those films that they're having a very hard time market. They don't have much confidence in, and so they're just dropping it onto Hulu, and you can very much see that here. This doesn't really look all that great.
No, I pretty much agree. This looks like just like a weird version. Like it's like I won't say it's a knockoff of The Ring, but it's giving me vibes of The Ring for some odd fucking reasoning. And it just doesn't look very good. It just looks like a typical horror film to me. I'm just not really looking forward to it that much. It has a good cast behind it, but other than that, it just kind of just whatever.
Yeah, so if you're looking forward to Wounds, it comes out on October 18th. I guess check it out. That's everything coming out October 18th. Now we get to easily the worst week in October, because October is a really good month for a while. And then this last week, I mean, almost every movie we're going to discuss from here on out just doesn't look all that great. And this next one definitely might look like the worst of the bunch. And I know Film Fan here is just dying to introduce it.
The beat your ass. Anyways, that is Countdown.
This app, it's fake, obviously.
My girlfriend said the same thing. It knew. That app said she was gonna die.
Whatever's happening to us, I think it's because of this app. I need a new phone. A new phone, new number, new service.
Anything else I can help you with?
No.
Typical, let's take a really basic horror premise and I'm tired. Anyways, this looks bad. It really looks awful. Again, using technology, an app this time that can tell you when you're going to die. And it just looks like another typical horror film. I can't. It looks like it's just gonna have some bad acting, bad jump scares, just all the typical fucking tropes you come for nowadays. It just looks bad. I can't just.
Yeah, I am very much with you on this one. I mean, this is a film that, I knew what it was going to be, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I know exactly what kind of movie this is going to be, and that's exactly what we got here. I think this looks like absolute dog shit. This seems like one of those generic slashers that's like, oh, we have a phone, and it tells, like, I like the premise. I think the premise is kind of interesting. You have this phone that, like, is telling you, like, when you're gonna die and things like that. But the way they're going about it, I mean, one, the CGI is fucking horrendously bad. There's tons of awful CGI just populating this trailer. And then just the premise alone, like I said, is not a bad one, but the way it's being executed, it reminds me of like Truth or Dare or something, and you guys know how much I hate that movie, so I hope this isn't on the level of that, but it very much seems that way. I can already tell you the way the movie's gonna end. She's gonna live. She's gonna be the last one to live, and yeah, it just looks like generic horror schlock. That's the best way to sum it up. Generic horror schlock. It's not surprising me this trailer has dropped like this late into like this late into the year. It very much seems like one of those movies, and just in general, I'm not feeling this one at all. October 25th has a lot of movies that looks like shit, and this might be the worst of the bunch.
I think it looks all right.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. I mean, the concept is dumb, and I hate preachy phone stuff. I hate I mean, it seems like a film produced by a bunch of boomers or something.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't hate the concept. It just reminds me of an IT Crowd episode where he thinks he's gonna die on Wednesday. Yeah. I mean, it looked dumb. It looked stupid. It's very gimmicky. The CGI is schlocky, awful. But I think that the concept isn't enough to carry the film, but it's enough to keep me interested, if you know what I mean. I mean,
yeah.
There is I mean, I was watching the trailer and I was like, if I did this film, I would think of this and this and this, because it's a really interesting concept where you could come up with a bunch of different things about. But I know that they're not going to do that. I know it's going to be some generic ass shit, and I know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think the trailer was that bad, aside from the fucking awful CGI. Like, this is some I Am Legend zombie shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. But yeah, overall, I don't hate it as much as you two. Maybe I just have a really bad sense of humor because I'm also not opposed to Jexy. Yeah.
Yeah, something about phone movies. Hey, make a movie about a killer phone. You'll win Cameron over. That's all you got to do. That's all you gotta do. You want to make a great movie? Don't worry about making a great movie. Just make a movie about a killer phone. Give the script to Cameron, and he'll think it's like Oscar worthy.
Oh man.
But yeah, Countdown. If you're looking forward to it, it comes out October 25th. Looks like shit. And yeah, speaking of movies that look like shit, we go to this next movie, Black and Blue.
Oh, don't get me started.
I've been shot. And you gonna bring that to my town? Ain't nothing for you in here.
Let's get you out of here.
We got her.
Don't be stupid. All he wants is the body cam.
Please, I've been shot.
What? You can't be in here with this. The police, they'll help you.
It was the cops that shot me.
Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies.
She cannot get back to the precinct to upload the footage on that camera.
My cup runneth over.
Every cop and criminal in this city is coming to find her. I want her dead.
The Lord.
Put everybody on her. You got a price on your head. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna expose him.
All right, so Black and Blue. This is another movie from a little director known as Dion Taylor. He did a little movie called The Intruder earlier this year.
No!
And no, it's not. It's pretty fucking bad. And look, I'll say this. Does this look like it's going to be on the level of, like, Intruder or Traffic? No, I don't think it's going to be that bad, but it just looks relentlessly boring. Just the whole premise of you got this cop and she's being chased by, like, other corrupted cops, and, like, she has to try to expose them. It's like, we've seen this concept done 1,000 times before, and just Naomi Harris, what are you doing here? Like, you give an Oscar-worthy performance in Moonlight, and then you do Rampage, and then you do this, and I just don't know what she's doing. Just everything about this just looks really generic. I'm not, like, dreading the fuck out of it or anything like I was initially expecting I would, because I hate this director. It's probably going to be really bad, but as it is right now, it just looks really boring and unengaging to me. I already know what kind of stories this director likes to tell. There's probably going to be some really forced, like, social commentary, because he's tried to do that with all of his other movies, and then he's going to, like, contradict that immediately like he did with The Intruder. I don't know if this will have as funny of a third act as The Intruder. Maybe that'll save it, but other than that, yeah, this looks pretty bad.
When the trailer first started, I was like, okay, because obviously it's called Black and Blue. I thought it was going to be a social commentary film about the corruption of the police force, and y'all know I hate the police. I think it's going to be some good film about racism, about about police brutality, and then for some reason the trailer did a U-turn and it started to become about corrupt cops, and it was shit, and it was like, right, there is a line in this trailer that made me piss myself. So they've just put out a hit on this woman. Right, that's probably the worst. Like, if somebody puts out a hit on you, you're going to be dead soon. There's no, but there's no lying about that. So then somebody says to the girl, she says, somebody says, so what are you going to do about this? Because he's put a hit on you. And she goes, I'm going to expose them. It's like, whoa, someone just put a hit out. You're going to expose them. Wow. It's like, really? Yeah. This looks like mediocre trash. Right? Yeah. This looks bad. I mean, I didn't see The Intruder. Probably won't.
Good.
This.
You're missing out on some keynotes.
Also, Meet the Blacks, another great one from him.
Is he black?
He is. Yes, he is.
Okay, which kind of makes me more confused why he wouldn't tell a really important. You know, because he's obviously trying to do some social commentary here with the police brutality. But I'm not telling him what to direct, because that would be rude of me and that would be kind of racist of me. I'm just saying, why would you make a film that could be really interesting and deal with this subject rather than do a film that's been done before? It's like, you can't just pick and choose what to have. You either go for this or you go for that. And for some reason, he's gone in the middle to the point where it doesn't look good. I wasn't a fan of the acting aside from the lead. Not looking forward to this one. Might not see. Might watch it if I get to see it for free. Either way, I know it's going to be shit. I have my sixth sense with these kinds of films. Yeah, film fan.
Oh man, this just boring cop drama 101. Corrupt cops. Oh no, they have the hit on her now. She has to expose them. Blah blah blah. They fucking do. Yeah, this doesn't look very good, honestly. It just doesn't. It looks very boring. Looks like typical shit you've seen about a dozen times with stories like these, and I'm just this ain't it, Chief. I'm just not. Nope.
Yeah, this definitely ain't it, Chief. But if you're looking forward to Black and Blue, comes out October 25th. I guess check it out. It's probably gonna bomb, and but. Now we get to another film that really doesn't look all that great that Kim's going to introduce.
Yep. Frankie?
There's people in the hotel, you know. They can take pictures.
That's okay. I'm very photogenic.
It's a brutal thing she did, getting us all to come here at a time like this.
You're Francois Cormont's husband. I'm a big fan. Wow, you're a lucky man.
Don't go very far. You know, we're all meeting you in the afternoon.
I can't promise.
It's for Frankie!
People seldom say no to Frankie.
She's a star.
Yes.
I think Frankie looks quite cute, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It stars Isabelle Huppert, who's very sexy. And maybe I'm a bit biased because Brendan Gleeson's in it, and he's like probably top 3 actors of all time.
Oh yeah, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he's amazing. I mean, he gives one of my favourite performances ever in Bruges, and it's always nice to see him. But yeah, I saw the trailer for this. It looked like a foreign movie. Like, it's not foreign, but it looked like a foreign movie trailer.
It did, yeah. I was expecting subtitles, but there wasn't any.
Nothing happens. I mean, the film looks... At worst, it's going to be fine. I don't think a film like this is going to be bad because it's shot well. It's got a fucking great cast, and the dialogue seemed to be pretty well written. I mean, there was no cringy lines in the trailer, but at the same time, I don't know what this is about. It's really uninteresting. I mean, if you ask me, would you rather see this or Zombieland 2? I'd rather see Zombieland 2 just because that at least has some kind of effect on me. At the same time, I don't know. Frankie may be a great film. I know a lot of critics liked it, but I've also seen negative stuff on Letterboxd. I'm not sure. I mean, Isabelle Huppert's great. The whole idea of Frankie's great because they talk to her like she's some mythical creature in the thing. But at the same time, it just looks like boring, uneventful, low stakes, cookie cutter, pretentious, aspect ratio bullshit. But at the same time, could be alright. You don't know. It could. I think at worst it could be fine. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty much with you. I don't think this looks anything amazing, but it doesn't really look that great either. I'm not really feeling it. I love Isabelle Huppert. I think she's a fantastic actress. I've loved her pretty much since like Elle and things like that. I think she's great in that. And then I loved her in Greta earlier this year. I think she's such a fantastic actress for sure. I love Greg Kinnear. I love, I love Brendan Gleeson, as you said. And I love Marissa Tomei, but like as a movie, it just looks really whatever. It looks kind of cheesy, not really feeling it that much. I will say this, the music in the trailer was phenomenal. I love the score, and I literally said this to FilmFan when the trailer ended, when the score is better than the entire film. At least it seems that way. It seems like the score was like the best thing about the entire trailer. If that score is in the movie, it'll be the best thing about the movie. I'm not sure if it will be, but either way, it looks fine. Not really dreading it, not really against it or anything. It just looks like a fine movie that I'll watch. It'll probably be fine, and I'll just, like, forget about it instantly. That's what it very much seems like to me. Maybe it won't be, but whatever.
I'm kind of in the same boat. It just doesn't look all that... It just looks very forgettable to me. That's the best way to play it. It's got some really talented people behind it. Like I've said with the few of these movies, just, but overall it just doesn't look that interesting to me. It just looks very... Meh. I forgot the trailer after we watched it, to be honest. The only thing I remember is the music, because it was great. Yeah. But other than that, it just does not look interesting.
Yeah, so Frankie, if you're looking forward to it, comes out October 25th. I guess check it out, whatever. But now we get to a film that I think actually does look really good, and FilmFan's going to introduce it.
That is The Kill Team, the secret sequel to The A-Team.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Dad. Things are really taking off for me.
How do you like it, Coach?
Bloody.
Caveman. So, gentlemen, what's the play?
Relationship building, Sergeant.
Is you serious? Now, who's ready to have some fun?
I just keep thinking about that kid that we killed today.
What, I think it's wrong?
Yeah, I do.
You kill one of theirs, you save 10 of ours. You're telling me that's not right? You think that man was innocent?
He didn't deserve to die.
They're cooperators.
Andrew, tell me what's going on.
You know that anything that happens out here stays in the family.
Hey, Briggsy, do me a favor. Go get the targets.
You think we're gonna shoot you or something?
But in all seriousness, though, this actually looks really intense. I was very taken back by how the trailer looked, because this is another one that I didn't really know much about. I didn't even know it was coming out, and I saw the trailer, and I thought it looked very intense. Nat Wolff, I hope this helps out his career a lot, because it definitely seems like he's going to give a great performance in this. Alexander Skarsgård is a fantastic actor, in my opinion. I really enjoyed a lot of the stuff that I've seen him in, and he looks like he's going to give another great performance here. So I am interested. This does look very intense. I found the trailer to be really, really just intense and in the moment, and I do think it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, so the Kill Team overall, I didn't know too much about this one either, but it's A24, immediately gets me on board, and I think this looks really great for sure. It definitely seems like a very riveting film. Love Alexander Skarsgård, love Nat Wolff. Those two look like they're going to work very well together, and just like the way they're tackling like war and things like that, it seems like it's going to be very intense and emotional and all that kind of stuff. Don't have a ton to say about it or anything, but I think it looks really thrilling and definitely could be a pretty intense war film for sure. A24 always delivers when it comes to intensity, and I think this could definitely be another one for sure. I'm looking forward to it.
This is the film I watched while Kevin called me for the first time. So I only saw it kind of because I wasn't concentrating. It looked fine. It looked tense. It looked a little bit too bootlickery for me. Could be tense. Maybe I'll just need to watch the trailer again. Don't have a lot to say about it. A24. Very good. Wait, what is it called? Is it Kill?
The Kill Team. The Kill Team.
I have it written down as Kill List. Thank God I'm not presenting. Yeah, not a lot to say about it. It looks pretty good. I'll probably have to watch the trailer again though, definitely, because
yeah,
I wasn't concentrating. But yeah, pretty good.
All right, so the Kill Team overall, if you're not like Cameron, who only watched like half of the trailer, it comes out on October 25th. Look forward to it. I think it looks really great. But now we get to yet another unnecessary sequel that everyone's just absolutely clamoring for, that we're all just so excited is coming out, and that is The Gallows Act 2.
Oh, I don't like this.
Yeah, so the real Charlie challenges...
Okay, wait, we're going live.
The year is 1710. And yet, if I knew it was the last year of life which is mine, I am but a lowly peasant. And I too long for something more. More than the life my mother gave me. She bestowed upon me the name August Benjamin Rutherford.
Whoa. Vic, how are you doing that?
Not doing it, guys.
Victor, man,
What do you mean you're not doing that? Who's doing it? What are you doing?
What do you mean no one's...
All right, so The Gallows Act 2 is a sequel to that movie that came out in 2015 that was sweeping the nation because there was a really stupid challenge that people were doing, and that's probably more recognizable than the movie itself. It turned out to be just promotion for the movie and all that kind of shit, and I never saw it because I heard it was shit, and I used to not watch as many films back then, but now I have to because this is coming out, and what do you know? It looks like dog shit. It looks really dumb. The acting here looks terrible. The CGI is really bad. And just in general, this is everything I hate about horror movies. Everything about this just looks really dumb. Why is this a thing? FilmFan brought this up as well. Who did the first movie, FilmFan?
Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers was the distributor.
Yeah, Warner Brothers did the first movie and was so outraged by the fact that the second movie was coming out. They were so scared of it because of how terrible the first one did that they just strayed away from it entirely, and now Lionsgate's doing it. So you know it's going to be great. This isn't even a theatrical release. It's like direct to DVD, direct to fucking Apple TV or whatever. So yay, I guess.
It said in theaters and Apple TV, so it will be in.
Okay, whatever. But yeah, this looks like shit. Why is this a thing?
I didn't even. The first one. Is the first one? Is the first one that challenge where everyone did?
It's the Charlie challenge.
What the fuck am I meant to say? Like the trailer.
That was a part of the marketing apparently. Like everyone was doing it, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, that's just a part of the. That's not real. That's just a part of the movie."
I'm gonna reject your hypothesis, Kevin, and I'm not gonna comment on it.
Okay, Quentin Tarantino, but what do you have to say, FilmFan?
Well, I hate the first movie. The first movie is a pile of dog shit. It is literally one of the worst horror films to come out this fucking decade. And the fact that
yes,
yeah, it's ass. So the fact that we're getting a second one is very unnecessary in my humble opinion, and it is not needed at all, and it looks like shit. What a fucking surprise.
Alright, so if you're looking forward to fucking The Gallows Act 2, it comes out on October 25th. I guess get excited. Who gives a fuck? But alright, so we have one more movie to talk about, and thankfully it's one that I think we all are really excited for, that Cam here is going to introduce.
Yes, it's Dolmite.
Dolomite.
My name.
What'd you do to your hair? You look like a pimp.
It's all pretend. I just created a character.
You true.
Pull on that.
Oh, that's a
weed. That's right.
Dolomite. It's a biopic about Rudy Ray Moore and him making his film Dolomite. It's Eddie Murphy's big return. Eddie Murphy is one of my favorite. His delirious acting, my favorite stand-up comedy thing of all time. I've always had a weak spot for him because I think he's a great actor. And you got to admit, even in films like Nutty Professor and Norbit, right, you've got to give him that he's versatile and he can play.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's very dedicated.
I'm glad he's coming back, and not only did it look like a good performance from Eddie Murphy, it just looks like a good, funny film. I've always liked. This looks like in the same way The Disaster Artist, maybe a film that was made.
Yeah, for sure.
That wasn't particularly great. I'm looking forward to this one a little bit more because I like Rudy Ray Moore's career. I like Eddie Murphy. I like Wesley Snipes. I think the cast behind this is good, especially Keegan. I'm glad that Keegan Michael Kay is getting as much recognition as his partner, Jordan Peele. I think this is a great film, and I'm really happy that we've ended on this note because this is a film I think hopefully will be great. I know it's got great reviews from. Did it premiere at TIFF? Yeah.
It did premiere at TIFF. Yes.
There's some great performances that I'm looking forward to. And just a cool atmosphere. Rudy Ray Moore, we all know he was a bit of he wasn't great. Like, he was great, but he didn't, great for the wrong reasons. But he always had this funny, charismatic energy, and Eddie Murphy, even before he was cast, even like in Raw, he brought that similar energy. And I think it's perfect casting, even if he is very old to play him. And I really hope this is Eddie Murphy's return because I don't want to see another Dr. Dolittle film starring him.
Yeah, so Dolomite is my name. I am so excited for this film. Eddie Murphy, I mean, he's one of the most, I think he's one of the most dedicated and funniest comedians out there for sure. It's great to see him back in a film that really, I think, was kind of made for him. This is everything that Eddie Murphy should be doing. And I don't know too much about Rudy Ray Moore. Actually, I haven't seen any of the Dolomite films. I might before this movie, but I very much do agree with what Cam said, that like this is very much like The Disaster Artist, where it's kind of like not necessarily making fun, but like embracing the weirdness and just sort of just how Rudy Ray Moore wasn't the greatest actor, but it was something that he loved doing, and you definitely do see that here, and you see that in the trailer. Like, everyone's telling him, like, oh, you shouldn't be an actor, like, no one's gonna take you seriously, but you see what he goes on to do. So I think it's gonna be a really inspiring film in that way as well. Besides Eddie Murphy, who I think is going to give an Oscar-worthy performance here. Everyone I've heard has said he's like the best he's been in years, which is fantastic to hear. But besides him, you got Keegan-Michael Key, you got Wesley Snipes, you got Chris Rock, I think, is in there as well, Titus Burgess. I mean, just a really stacked cast here for sure, and just everything about this looks so fun. I think this is, again, everything that Eddie Murphy should be doing, and I really hope that this is something truly great. I know it's from the director of Hustle and Flow. Now, I haven't seen that film, but I've heard really good things about it overall. Yeah, I really just hope this is a vehicle for Eddie Murphy's big comeback. He's doing, the Coming to America sequel next year and things like that. So he really is starting to get back out there more. He's really starting to make a name for himself again. He kind of disappeared after Mr. Church, but I think this is going to be his great comeback. I think he's definitely going to start making great movies again, and I think this is definitely just a start for sure. And I hope this definitely is everything I hope it is.
Yeah, this actually looks really funny. I really liked the trailer a lot when I saw it. Eddie Murphy is one of my favorite actors. I love Eddie Murphy. He is such a great talent, in my opinion. He's very funny. He's very versatile. He's just a great, awesome dude. I love him a lot. And, he's been shying away from the spotlight lately, and I'm glad that he is coming back. you know, I hope this is the big comeback role for him, and hopefully we see him in more movies, you know, because he is a great talent, and I love Eddie Murphy a lot, and he does seem like he's going to give a great performance here. All the other cast members, like my boy Craig Robinson's in here, Keegan-Michael Key, you know, just so many great people in this film, and hopefully all of them give great performances. This looks very funny, looks like it will be a great biopic. I'm very, very excited to see it, so, yeah.
All right, so Dalma Is My Name comes to check it out and hope it's everything that we hope it is. And with that, that's it, guys. Those are all the movies coming out in October. I know that was a lot of movies for sure. A lot of great stuff that's coming out. Definitely a very stacked month for sure, and very excited for quite a lot of those films. But before we go, I am going to give my guests here their outros. First of all, he was the most pessimistic of the three of us throughout this entire thing, but always great to have him on for the first time.
Thank you, guys. That was a very wild 2.5, nearly 2.5 hours. I enjoyed it. To anyone who doesn't know me, I promise I'm not usually this pessimistic. It's just
he's not. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude.
Thank you. There were just a lot of films on here that I just looked at and went, why? But you've also got films like The Lighthouse, Parasite, Jojo Rabbit, Grass is Greener. A lot of great films that I'm excited for. October's a great month because it's Halloween, and I'm actually shocked that none of my favourite films here were horror films, apart from The Lighthouse, maybe. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope I get to go on the channel a lot more because I've had fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if you can see the progression of me getting more and more tired throughout. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you guys. Can I plug myself?
Yeah, of course. That's why you're here.
Right. Okay. My name is Cameron Waffer. It's called that because my real name, was Cameron Wade, and I made a YouTube channel, but I accidentally mistyped the word Wade, so my Facebook name is WAFR, and I'm keeping it that way because I like it. I do shop build.
I love that.
I start doing reviews now. I have a whole bunch of meme shit on there. I don't really have a formula like Kevin or FilmFan does. I just post whatever the fuck I want. So yeah, thanks for having me on, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you guys.
Of course, and he's with me here for the 15th time. I'm sure you guys are sick of him, but anything you want to say, Film Fan, that you haven't said 1,000 times before?
I'm just sick of Kevin fucking Falk. Anyways, I hope you all have a good night. Thank you for watching this video. You know, thank you for watching the movie previews as always, and thank you, Kevin, Mr. Motherfucking Falk, for having me on the movie preview once again, as you usually do. And you know, you can find me on my YouTube channel, FilmFan0599. Hopefully, you all have a good night, day, whenever the fuck you're watching this, and you know, yeah.
All right, so with that, guys, that's it for this video. Of course, comment down below. Let me know what movies you guys are looking forward to the most this October. Check out both of these guys' channels for sure. That's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in my next video, and we'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Fuck off. Every fucking video.
Yep.